Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hater plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably $sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop shit, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot shit. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting bitches with the oh well. Need 100 milli on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best nigga. Wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
A lot of you question whether or not I'm here for truth. Question if I was a real flat earther or not. Well, the reality of it is there are no flat earthers. There are only globe deniers. Every flat earth evidence really is just a globe phenomenon, explained by the globe. Don't you see that? See, I'm still here for truth. Now there are certain people in my way. What is up, party people? All right, today's gonna be a fun one. I didn't stream yesterday because felt you guys needed a break from me. All right, so here's what it is. I heard a claim that was made, and it's been over the past few weeks, that Travis has made, that now the horizon is a mirage. No, nah, no. Luckily, he has given us the opportunity to grace us with his presence. I'm honored that he has given the time to be here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get over to the Discord. I know time is money with him, and we don't want to lose him. So let me get over to the Discord so we can have this conversation, see what's going on.
I could care less. I could drop it.
Good afternoon, fellas.
Oh, what's up, Sean?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, mate.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, Travis. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right.
Good to hear.
I'm probably just gonna stay till around.
Say again. I didn't hear you.
I said I'm probably just gonna hang around till about for an hour.
Okay, no worries.
It's 3 o'clock here, so I said 4.
Sounds good. Thank you. You, and this is kind of a newer claim that you've made, but you're saying that the horizon is a mirage?
Well, when I say mirage, I mean it's apparent. So I don't mean that there's an inverted image. Mirage is a term.
Well, you said it was an inferior mirage, right?
No, it can be created by an inferior mirage where the mirage ends, where it meets the water. So the horizon that you would out into the like you can with the Channel Islands, and you see the water end. If in that instance there's an inferior mirage, the mirage is creating the horizon.
Okay, but in saying that, it's not true. Because, and here's why. because the definition of the horizon has nothing to do with miraging.
I lost you.
I said that. Oh, okay. I said that the definition for horizon has nothing to do with miraging.
I know.
Okay.
I know. That's why I have said from the very start that all of these things that I'm dealing with need to be reassessed, because we're not looking at them right. So again, I know that I sing the same song over and over again, but it's because you guys need to learn the lyrics. So the analogy that I use is, if you and I are in a courtroom, we think we have the suspect, you're defending him, I'm trying to prosecute him, and we're looking at the evidence and we think the evidence points to this guy when we're missing something and the real guy's out there. That's what's going on in this discussion. The discussion has been approached from a certain vantage point, and the evidence has been looked at from that certain vantage point, and there is a crucial aspect of the discussion that's being missed, and I'm trying to offer an alternative to consider.
But it wouldn't be something. It wouldn't be something that you. Okay, so you can't. How do I say this? I understand you trying to. Whoa, I understand you trying to explain what's happening during certain situations of refraction that create miraging, but you can't use that as a what creates the horizon, because we're talking about a horizon which isn't just over water, it's over land as well. So to explain how the horizon is created or what the horizon is, it doesn't work when you start using it as a creation due to refraction.
Well, I disagree. I disagree. I did. Who's got the feedback?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody, not me.
B-ball.
Yeah, because I kind of wanted to say something, but go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And then you're talking about in a court of law. You know, basically, if you're in a court of law, they're going to look at what's so funny.
Oh my word!
You're going to pick apart my analogy.
Yeah, I am. So let me finish.
Whatever.
So you're talking about, like, if you're using your evidence in a court of laws, but in a court of law, they're not just going to look at your evidence and say, oh, well, you must be right. Yeah, they're going to bring in actual scientists and actually people that know what they're talking about. They're not just going to make an assumption about what the horizon is. They're going to bring in an expert.
Okay.
Several experts.
Yeah. Bring it on. Okay, so going back to my answer to you, Sean, so I don't really want to talk about making observations over land. I do think that it could possibly be addressed, but since I haven't taken any images over land, then I'm not going to try to.
You don't want to address them because they just.
No, that's not the case at all.
Hang on. Okay, here's the problem. Okay, if that's the case, that's fine. But then you still have to, would still need to address how you're creating a horizon with refraction or any type of refraction that goes under the subset of it. Because no matter whether you've done it or you haven't done it, the horizon is the same thing over land as it is over water in its definition alone.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand that. That is still going to fall under the reassessment category. So if we're going to look over land, the horizon is created by the highest topographical limit, right? So if it's a mountain, we're not going to be talking about an inferior mirage.
Why?
So because the mountain is the highest point of the term that we're going to call the horizon. It's where the land apparently meets the sky. Now,
but it wouldn't be the peak of the mountain only. It'd be all of the land that meets the sky, that in your peripheral.
But that's the highest. But that's what I said. The highest point of topographical.
It's not the highest point. It's just where the land.
Again, we're talking about something that if you want to bring up an image to discuss in terms of looking over terrestrial distance, then feel free to do that.
Okay.
I'm not making claims about anything other than what I have observed and describing in my observations. So one of the things that I will say again and again is that when I am looking over the Chesapeake Bay, or if I'm looking over the Pacific Ocean and the Channel Islands, and I ask you, you see where I say, you see where the water apparently ends, and you say, yeah, and I say, what's creating that? My answer is it's going to be refraction. Okay, it's not. It might not be a mirage where there's a doubled image, but it is going to be created by the aether band, by refraction that is in the air. I don't have a problem saying that. I'll say that
okay.
over and over again.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, what you're saying is that refraction, or the ether band, is the refraction limits that we see. But and what we're saying is also, or what I'm saying is that you're stopping in making a conclusion before you've made all the observations and necessary assessments to come to a conclusion. For instance, I posted a picture in the link right now. We're looking at it. It's a terrestrial photo. You said that is maybe you want to repeat it because I don't want to. Go ahead and tell me what you're saying about the.
Where's this posted?
It's in the live stream text.
I see the live stream text. Yeah. Okay, so you've got approximate mountain range on the right, mid range on the left, and then in the middle of the distance there's a.
Yeah, it looks like generators, doesn't it?
They're turbines, wind turbines.
Wind turbines, yeah.
So but when you said what the horizon was on the terrestrial, you said the highest point, topographic point, right?
Well, the approximate mountain range on the right, that's the highest. The mid range, that's the highest. And there in the distance, however high that is a mountain range, right? That could actually just be a plateau or be flat ground. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm saying that at that point, whatever that is, that's where the horizon is.
But you understand that everything you see, where the sky and it meets, is the horizon, right?
Okay. Again, if you want to talk about terrestrial horizon. Mm-hmm. That's not where my claim is.
Okay,
but claim is not.
But here's the thing: the terrestrial horizon and the what you call the aquatic horizon is the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is. It absolutely is. Okay, so you're telling me. So if I like right now Google search horizon, it's going to give me different. It's going to give me. No. Wait. What? Hang on. Wait. Time out. Let's talk about. Well, you're making claims about the horizon. So, in my opinion, understanding what the horizon is very important because in your claim, refraction creates the horizon, and the horizon over land, over sea, is defined by the same thing. So when you say, let's look at your pictures over water so you can describe the horizon as this thing, then you need to be able to explain the horizon over land the same way.
No, that's not true because you're not going to have the same atmospheric conditions in those locations. So they're all
100% right. You're 100% right. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a difference.
That's why it does make a difference.
No,
because,
it doesn't.
Okay, listen. Again, if I need to retract what I said to be more specific about the observations that I have made, I don't have a problem doing that. I'm not being caught out. I'm just simply refining my my interpretation of the data that I have accumulated in terms of photography or video. So again, I have made enough observations where I know that the apparent horizon, that is, like say for instance, if you're looking over the Chesapeake Bay, okay, the Chesapeake Bay has a terrestrial horizon that is a bona fide horizon, right? That's where the land apparently meets the sky. However, when you're looking over the water, in between you and that terrestrial horizon, there is an end, a limit to the water. And so then my statement is that is created by refraction exclusively. That is not the curve of the Earth. And when you have the observations that I make where you have sailboats on the Chesapeake Bay being cut in half, either beyond the aquatic horizon or right at the aquatic horizon, and I have both, that is not the result of Earth curve. It is always, only, and ever will be the result of refraction.
Yeah. And I definitely wanted to talk to you about that what you're saying, because you're referring to an image that you have. I don't know if I have it. Let me check real quick. You're referring to an image that you have, and you talk about it on your stream, and I think it's in regard to the red roof. Let me go ahead and find it real quick.
Can I just say, Sean? I mean, the world is a huge place. It's not just Chesapeake Bay. You know what I mean? It's huge.
Yeah,
the world is huge. The horizon 100%. Is everywhere. Any person looking across the land or the water, is going to see a horizon. You know what I mean?
I understand that. Right. So it can't just be a one and done. It can't just be Sean taking whatever files I sent.
It can't be just you saying it.
Hang on, Tess. Hang on, Tess. Calm down. Hang on.
If this is going to go this way, I'm just going to really.
Just talk to me right now.
Just only talking to Sean.
For right now, just talk to me. Don't worry about. Everyone just relax for a second, because doesn't need to get all irate. Huh?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'll ignore his comment. Then I'll just deal with you. That's fine.
I'm trying to find the picture. I know you know what I'm talking about, Travis. The one where it's. You see the water, land, and then sky in it. Damn it. I'm looking through files. I don't know if I have it. I thought I saw it, and
I'm not going anywhere right now, so you can take your time. I'm going to be backing into a docs.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, if I find it, I know I have it. If not, I know I can find it. But I wanted to look at it because it. Oh, actually. There it is. Found it. Let me put it in the chat so you guys can see it there. There it is. Perfect. Where did you go? I was just looking at it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here is. Okay, so can you see the image I just put in? Oh yeah, you're doing the truck thing. I see what you're saying, Mr. Victory. Mainly, while we wait for Travis, mainly one of the things that I wanted to specify, the main things I wanted to talk about, why I'm kind of delving into this, is because the horizon is a very important location in a sense of where the conclusion of what we're looking at comes to when it comes to me and Travis. I know my chat, I'm kind of doing three things at once, but here we go. So the chat should work now. I don't know why it wasn't. All right, let me know when you're back, Travis. I know you're doing something right now. If you guys want to talk about what we've talked about so far until Travis gets back, floor is open.
So we get to make up our own words for known phenomena now and call ourselves experts?
Looks that way.
Well, here's the thing. So there's definitely a problem in because here's. When we're looking over the water, which is, again, a very, very small window of the world, no matter what optic we're seeing, the horizon is defined by something. That definition of horizon does not change over land. So in that meaning, anything Travis is saying doesn't, I'm not even, at this point, I'm not sure if anyone even realized, I'm not even arguing with what Travis believes about it or not. I'm just defining the fact that he said something about it's created by refraction. And if it's created by refraction over water, it has to be created by refraction over land. In that sense.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Go ahead and rephrase what you said so that it's not, you're not getting anything wrong. I put that picture in the live stream.
Hold on. I'm just checking real quick. Hold on.
But whatever works over water has to apply over land too. It can't be just some magical thing that happens over water.
Yes, it can't. Well, it can't be created by.
That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try not to get triggered by you guys making ignorant comments. Okay. What happens over water is completely different than what happens over the terrestrial landscape. It's not the same.
Optically correct is what you're saying. You're not going to have the same optical effects over water as you do over land, right?
Okay, so
refraction over water.
So okay, listen. The Channel Islands has a mixture of both. Okay, the Channel Islands are terrestrial, right?
Well, because I want to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about. You can see the picture that I screenshotted from that you have.
Yeah, that one. That one that you've got there is one that looks to me like the water extends all the way to the other shore. So I wouldn't use that one because it's got a pretty extensive view over the water close to the shore. I don't think that there's a. I don't think that there's any. What I would say mirage. I wouldn't say that there's any miraging going. There's refraction because you can't see the shoreline very clearly. Even if I were able to zoom in, it would be very distorted. It wouldn't be very clear at all. So
okay, well that's actually here nor there. I actually would think that'd be a better picture. But here's the thing, okay. Because it is. Here's the thing, because the shoreline means absolutely nothing to me in this image. Because I wanted to ask you a question, and this is where, and I know this is where the observation, we both go in different directions. Where do you see the horizon here?
At the terrestrial skyline.
Okay, so you understand that where the water and the land meet there's no horizon there.
Correct.
Okay, because you know the image with the what's it called? The we did another one on there because it's the one you actually use when you're trying to explain this. Oh geez, let me find it real quick. So many images we've gone through, Travis. So many. I think it's in a different file.
I mean, I can try to send you. I've got a couple on my phone right here. I just don't.
Well, it's okay. So remember the one that you took, the one that I did apologize for saying that you had moved, and Erebus showed that you hadn't moved at all. That's the picture I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think I have that in here. If not, I can just send out some singles that have.
Okay, but it's in your tutorial one. You know what I'm talking about when you're describing the. Okay,
it's got two panels next to each other.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so here's the problem with that, because we can talk about it because now we know exactly what we're talking about. You said in that tutorial that where the water and the land meet is your aquatic horizon, and the top is the terrestrial horizon, and those two definitions don't exist. Well, having a horizon over terrestrial or a horizon over water is real, but there are not two horizons.
That's interesting coming from, and I don't know if you make this claim or not, but do you believe there's a geometric horizon?
That we observe? No.
No. I didn't ask you if you observed it. I said, do you believe that there is one?
That we don't observe? Yes.
No, I didn't make a qualification, Sean.
Oh, there it is. Perfect. Yeah, there it is.
This shouldn't be difficult. This shouldn't be difficult.
I'm answering your question very as correctly as I can. You asked me. Go ask me again. So I know I answered it correctly though. Go ahead.
Well, my question was prompted by your saying we don't have two horizons.
Yeah, in that
So-
image, there. Okay, so the image we're looking at, the one you said, can you spot the differences? Focal length 428, that one.
Yeah.
Pretty sure all these images I know you do it in. Where it says 6 miles away, you say that's an aquatic horizon, and at 12 miles away, you say that's the terrestrial horizon. In that sense, that the aquatic horizon you say is there doesn't exist. That's not true. That's not real. There's only one horizon in the image you just shared.
Okay. So when I'm looking at my footage or I'm going through my streams and I present these images to you. So what's creating the water line in the right panel?
What do you mean? Okay, I see what you're saying. The water.
No, that's incorrect.
No, that's correct. What else would be
No,
making
it's
the water
not.
line? What else would make the water line?
The refraction, the inferior mirage in that image.
That's not the water line. That's a mirage.
Okay. The in the left panel, there's no inferior mirage. Therefore, there's nothing to create that line.
Okay.
The water doesn't create the line. The water is there extending into the distance.
I would say that in this case, the refraction is obstructing the beach line.
That's fine, but the top blue line is the vanishing line. That's where the mirage begins. Okay? Everything below that, everything that is behind and below that mirage is still physically there. So if there were a boat,
I have a question. Why not line up the images, like the whole blink test thing? Because in these two panels you have, they're not lined up. So that vanishing line on the left isn't equal to the vanishing line on the right. That's
because it's a result of refraction. That's the effect of refraction.
But the horizon, is the horizon affected by that refraction?
At that point, yeah.
Okay,
right.
So you're saying on the image on the right, the horizon is affected by the refraction, or by the miraging. I'm sorry.
Well, I would say at that point, at the top of the terrestrial,
at the horizon,
that position of the horizon is due entirely 100% to refraction.
Okay, no, miraging.
Whatever, if you want to call it miraging, that's
no.
fine.
I don't call it. I'm not calling it miraging because there's two different things happening in this
Why
image.
Did you correct me?
Oh, no. Okay, here's why. And I even said this. I said that on the panel on the right, the refraction, the miraging, is obstructing the beach. The beach, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I said, is the horizon being affected by that same miraging?
Well, I would say no, but it's a result. The horizon is an effect of the refraction that is in the air.
Okay. Then if that is the case, would you say in both pictures there is no miraging at the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're using Mirage in terms of having an inverted image,
well,
right? It's not a Mirage in that way.
Okay,
it's a Mirage. Okay, listen, it's a Mirage.
On the right panel, that on the water line, that's miraging, right?
Correct.
Okay, at the horizon on both pictures, is there miraging?
If you want to make an equivocation, no, they're not the same. But Mirage in that instance, and I've said this in my videos too, that I'm using Mirage in a large umbrella to just talk about refractive distortion. It's apparent. So again, this is the whole thing, Sean. I don't mind having these discussions because I'm not afraid of refining my the way that I talk about what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's 100% what I'm doing here. I'm not I'm trying to understand and trying to help maybe even clarify certain things in your argument, because the things that I was hearing, and the main thing that I heard was that the horizon was due to miraging, and you've clarified. You meant refraction, I think. But in this case, or in this situation, I've heard you say it, and you've said it a few times here, in referring to in both these images, in a sense, both panels, that there is an aquatic horizon and a terrestrial horizon. But in reality, there is only one horizon. And that would be your terrestrial horizon. That horizon is the only horizon in this image, and these images.
Except for when we get into the discussion of ships going over the horizon.
But is there land in the background?
There is in the videos that you and I looked at the very first time I showed up with that trolling fishing boat. It was between me and the island.
Okay.
And you said that the ship was blocked by the horizon.
Yep.
But then you have so you have a horizon right there, and then you also have the terrestrial horizon that's on the island. So you can understand why there is a broader discussion to be had.
Well,
because
you're right.
Right.
Okay.
So
here's what it is. It is in reference to what you're discussing. So in the images with the two panels that I'm looking at right now, there is no boat. We're not even discussing curvature. We're discussing where the horizon is. If we're looking at the Anacap Islands, or if we're looking at the Anacap Island and that fishing boat, and the fishing boat is being obstructed by something, it's being obstructed due to the horizon. Due to the physical body that is created by that horizon. It is. That's what it is.
No, it's not.
You can say, okay, hang on. I don't want to argue that, because I know you're going to say it's not curvature, and I'm going to say it is curvature. But again, I don't want to go away from what I'm trying to get at.
I'm showing you right now, though,
okay.
in the right panel, though.
Okay.
I would like you to simply consider my argument. My argument is, and I simply because in this image I don't have a ship that's or I don't have a boat that is in the band. I can produce for you numerous images with this same vantage point.
Okay.
With boats that are in the band.
Okay. Here's the thing. Hang on. Okay.
Hold on. Let me just finish.
Because the thing is, we're going away from what I was trying to say, and completely. Because what I was trying to say originally is you're 6 miles away. The top blue line you have going across. Yeah. You're signifying that on the left panel, that is where the beach and the land meet, and on the right panel, that same blue line is you trying to say that is the same thing, right?
Hold on. I'm trying to hear what you said. So the precision of the distant shoreline is 12 miles away, right? So according to perspective, that's going to be above the 6 mile vanishing line. So that top line is just a representation of the vanishing line with the 6 mile cape as its reference. Okay, that's where
what I'm asking. So if I overlay those pictures, that blue line will be represented at the same spot.
No, because refraction in the right panel has completely distorted everything that you're looking at.
Okay, so then so the line that goes completely across both panels do not represent the same line on each panel.
Okay, so I'm outside and I'm cupping my hands over my screen to see it the best way I can. So what it looks like to me, from what I can recall, in the left panel, it looks to me like the blue line matches with where the water line ends. Right above that, where it says 6 miles, right above that, it looks to me like there's an inferior mirage.
I don't see it, but that's again here nor there. My main question is,
well, it is okay. It is both here and there.
The blue line. Okay, hang on. So the blue line, the top blue line on the left panel, and the top blue line on the right panel, if we overlay them, they will not match, or they will match.
Okay. What are you going to match up? So
the profile of the land.
Well, yeah, correct. Because I mean, you can clearly see that in the left panel, those two trees are to the very left of the image,
Mhm.
and in the right panel, they're not. So that's a complete compression of that topography in the distance.
You
So
can
you
still
have
match it. You can make it work.
it's not going to be to scale, Sean. This
No,
is my whole point.
I know it's not going to
My,
be a scale. You can.
well, then
That's
it's
why I would.
irrelevant.
No, no,
It's
I would.
irrelevant.
Okay, so if it's not to scale, then how is that blue line represented as the same spots on both pictures?
I'm not saying that it is the same spot. I'm saying that it's a can you spot the difference? Okay, so in the left panel, you can see the water continuing into the distance, and as far as I'm comfortable saying right now, in the left panel, that blue line represents where the water visibly ends for us in terms of what we can see visually.
Okay,
So
but
if you hold on, hold on, but if you continue that line over in that panel, that's where the vanishing line begins for the Mirage.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, because in this picture, you state this water that is visible here because there is no mirage, and it says is still here in the same place behind the mirage, which
Correct.
means you are saying that in between those two blue lines represent the same area, and that is not true.
No, I'm not saying that it represents the same area. No, I'm not making that claim. I'm saying.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's okay.
whether or not-
If you're not making that claim, then there's nothing else to be said. Okay. Yeah, I misrepresented. My opinion of what you were trying to say in this image was I wasn't clear on it, and I apologize. Okay, as long as inside that inside both panels, that blue line inside those blue lines aren't supposed to be represented as the same places, we're good. We're good. Okay. So in that, you understand that again. There's only one horizon happening in these in both panels.
Yeah, but again, that's not my point. My point is to try to.
I understand that, but the thing is again, I want to really clarify this horizon thing because again, I understand how the horizon works, and in your description of the ether band.
How about this? Okay, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Because I think that this could possibly delve in the discussion of curvature. So,
In my conclusion, absolutely.
Okay, hold on real quick. So, if I were to have shown you only the right panel, and you saw the sky and the water meet in the right panel, right? You see where the water ends and the sky begins, correct?
No. There's no water and sky meeting at either one of the panels.
Okay, so you would have understood by my showing you that image that was a mirage the entire time.
The whole thing, or where the mirage is?
Where the water is.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm sorry, in the right panel where the water ends and the mirage begins, but that mirage is the mirage of the sky. So when I say the sky meets the water, I'm speaking in terms of the
mirage.
Okay.
Yeah, right? I see in the miraging where it would appear the water meets the sky. Okay.
All right. So when we get into the discussion of looming, right, the very distant horizon is due to refraction because it's being loomed up. It's not physically there.
Wait.
Right.
Again, there is zero horizon in that mirage.
No. I'm talking about the top of the tree line now.
You're saying that's miraging?
Okay, let me try to say it again, please. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about looking 12 miles away, there has to be something being loomed up to the place where you can see it because the Earth is curved. So
wait, okay. So what you're saying is we shouldn't be able to see that if it was curved.
No, it's not that I'm saying that it. No. I'm saying that if you wanted to crunch the numbers and go, this is 12 miles. Actually, The shoreline is 12 miles away. Wherever that tree line is, that could be
Further,
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, it could be
Yeah, it
further,
could be
right?
13, 14,
But
yeah. Okay.
but in reality, geometrically, that is in the distance and curving away from us physically because you know, in your model, the Earth is curved.
Well, that is what's happening, because here's the thing. So, I actually, I need clarification. On the right panel, you're saying because of the distance of where that tree line is, that's miraging.
Well, I don't have a problem using mirage because I'm using it as a broad term for the distortion due to refraction. So yeah, it's being refracted.
Okay. What about
now, I don't think
what about on the panel on the left?
Yeah, we're right. So again, that is a refracted image as well.
Okay.
So that's not the.
But there's no miraging.
That's not the physical. If you actually do think that there's possibly an inferior mirage.
Yeah, right.
To the very, very left.
Yep, the land, little piece of land.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yep. So yeah, there you go. You've got an inferior mirage there.
Okay, no, but what about at the tree line?
The tree line is refraction. Because,
no, I'm asking about miraging.
Do you mean by mirage an inverted image or a repeated image? Or do you simply mean mirage in terms of an apparent position of something that is there?
That tree line's a physical location.
But that representation of it right there is not.
I would say that's the physical location of that trees right there on the left panel.
Well,
100%.
You'd be wrong. You'd be wrong.
Okay, so
because
if I bring up another picture,
hold on. You said why? Hold on. You said why?
You're right. Go ahead.
So I can show you 10 different images, and it's always in a different place. So it's never in the same place.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, please do that. I can show you that that's not true. I can show you.
I don't know how.
I can show you. I can show you.
There,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Without being in the Chesapeake Bay and producing these images yourself, I'm not really sure how you can make that claim.
Oh, it's easy because if you go, you have a bunch of pictures of the red roof, right? Are they all from the same location, or do you have various locations? Like you'll take them in different spots.
Since I started to try to isolate my observation, they have been exclusively from the same position. Now, when I have side-by-side panels like this, those for sure. I'm not going to give you any misrepresentation of the observations that I'm making. I don't put panels side by side that have different focal lengths. Okay.
Here's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on, real quick.
Here's what I'm trying to say. Because if you take Travis, if you take pictures in 3 different locations of the red roof,
I don't.
I know. I'm saying if you did. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying if you did, the red roof its location will be the same place. No, it's not. It's not, because what you said is in your panels, those 2 pictures, that the one on the panel left, that the tree line was the apparent tree line, and it's not the apparent tree line. That tree line is there.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
And we can measure how far away that tree line is as well.
Okay, so is that tree line there in the panel on the right?
Yep.
Why is it at a different location?
It's just, that's what I asked you. Okay, I'm going to ask you this question again. If we overlay these 2 pictures, will they match up?
No.
Okay, then you cannot say, why is it not in the same spot on the panel on the right? You can't. Because these 2 panels...
I understand. No. When I ask you that question, I'm trying to understand why you're saying it. I know why I'm saying it.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I know it's there because I'm seeing it. Now, whether or not
I know
I'm
it's
seeing
there
it,
too.
Okay, well, we can measure the distance of that tree line, and I can tell you exactly where that tree line is. We can go there. It's a physical location. So when I say on the panel on the left that tree line is not apparent, it's there, and you say it is apparent, it doesn't make sense. Okay. We know where that tree line is. We can go there.
Okay. I know that.
Okay.
That's not my claim.
It's a reference, okay?
I'm not sure where you want to go right now.
Well, here's the thing. again, I'm trying to figure out what creates the horizon in what you're trying to explain, because you keep
Okay.
saying
It-
because you're
It's
now
always refraction.
I
It's
understand
always
that. Okay, well, I get that. I get that now, because now you're just making the blanket statement of light bends to our eyes is everything. I get that. That's true. Yeah, that's why we see everything we're seeing, and that's why I'm wanting to clarify the miraging aspect of this, because on the panel on the left, I'm not seeing any miraging at that tree line. So thus meaning I know that is exactly
So what do
where I
you
want it to
by
be.
mirage?
Huh?
What do you mean by miraging?
Let me give you the definition of miraging. Definition for miraging is a naturally occurring optical phenomenon in which light bends via the refraction to produce a displaced image of a distant objects or the sky. The word comes from the English via the French mirage, from the Latin mirage, meaning to look at, to wander at. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you need
As long as we're on the same page.
Okay. Now I'll do the one for refraction, because that's a good definition to have too. Refraction. It says refraction, the fact or phenomena of light. That's a really good way of explaining it, because we do know how laser bends, other light bends in the medium.
Daylight is not a laser beam.
You're very good. The fact or phenomenon of light, radio waves, etc., being deflected and passing obliquely through the interference between one medium and another, or through a medium of a varying density. Change in direction of that's something else. But yeah, okay, so we're good.
Yep.
We know exactly what the definitions for these things are. Okay, so yes.
So we're good.
Okay, so is there miraging on the tree line on the panel on the left?
Yeah.
Okay, so show me what naturally occurring optical phenomena in which the light rays bend via refraction to produce a displaced image of a distant object or of the sky. So show me how that tree line on the panel on the left is not there.
I didn't say that it's not there.
Okay, so on the
right.
panel, the panel on the left, there's no miraging at the tree line.
Yes, there is. Just like in the one on the right, Sean.
Okay, can you show me where?
Hold on.
No, because we just clarified this.
No.
Yes, there was refraction, because we clarified that everything we're seeing is due to refraction. We get that, but the thing is, I'm asking about miraging.
I know. Stop, real quick. If I only showed you right now the image on the right with no markings, no lines, nothing. If I just showed you the raw image, would you say you know exactly where that tree line is?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I said, okay, great. Here's the image on the left. The tree line is in a different location. So do you know where that tree line?
It's not.
Okay, it's not. Yes, if I understand what you're saying right now, geometrically and locationally, you're correct. It's not moving anywhere.
Exactly.
The only but that's not my claim, Sean.
Okay, I know.
That's not my claim. I'm not
you're
claiming
correct.
that.
You're right. I know. I'm just clarifying what I'm saying.
Okay, good. What's next? Okay.
Okay. So in that, and if you showed me the one on the right with no pictures, no words, no nothing, I would go, that looks distorted. Looks like a lot of miraging happening. And then I'd go to a Google map or whatever. I'd look at the distance of that tree line where the horizon is, and I would go, okay, well, there's obviously a certain amount of distortion and miraging happening due to the fact that I know that tree line is not where it appears to be on the right because of all the miraging and distortion. But I can go, okay, well, what was the temperature of the water? I can go, well, the water was blah, blah, blah temperature. I go, what was the temperature of the sky? Oh, the sky was that temperature. That would be conducive to the amount of miraging that I see in this image, which would explain why this image looks the way it does. Then I would look at the picture on the left that is clear, almost no real miraging happening except for the location that we identified. But I would say at the horizon, there is no miraging happening. And I would look.
That's not correct.
Again, I would ask, where is the horizon? Where is the miraging happening on the tree line on the panel on the left?
It's not. It's a distorted image. It's not crisp. The lines are not crisp and clear.
Again, distortion is not miraging.
Okay. Refraction. It's refracted.
Okay, everything is refracting. See the numbers. See the 9/29, 2019. That's refracting to your eyes, Chris. Or damn, my bad. That was terrible. Fuck. I apologize for that. Fuck everything. Fuck. I am sorry.
I have no
I
idea
know.
what you're saying.
I called you Chris at first, and it was just wrong.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't catch it.
Okay, the screen you're looking at is due to you're seeing it due to refraction, and that's what you keep saying.
Okay, so which?
Okay,
but what's
now
your question
here's
about
the thing.
the tree line?
Here's the thing. Okay, that horizon is not created by refraction, and it's
Yes,
not
it is.
created by miraging.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it is. You're saying it's created by miraging?
Okay,
I'm asking you.
Okay, I know, but right now you're. It seems to me now you've reverted back into using two different terms. You said it's not created by refraction.
Yeah, you're right, because
Hold on.
they are two very different. They are two different terms in this conversation. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
A mirage is a refracted image.
No, well, it's due to refract. It happens. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
See, the way you say that doesn't. I don't even like that. You should say it differently. I don't think it doesn't make sense. Miraging happens because miraging happens due to
refraction.
varying densities in the optics. Yes.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
But it's not whatever, because I said this. Is there miraging on the tree line on the left? And you keep saying yes.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. No. Show me the miraging on the one on the left. Can you tell me where that is? Then you refer to it as refraction, and that's why we're still turning in circles right now. I'm asking about miraging happening on the tree line. I'm not talking about refraction, which is the reason why we see the image at all.
If I show you 5 different images of this same shot, the tree line is not going to be in the same position. So it's all mirage.
Yeah, by where you move your camera, or you move and you're looking, or whatever's happening, doesn't matter that. No, Travis. Here's the thing: the tree line never moves. What you see, maybe miraging makes it appear to have moved.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you now,
going back over this?
Because I'm telling you that tree line that we're looking at on the panel on the left, there is no miraging.
Yes, there is.
Show me it. And then you say,
I would have to
no, you don't. No, see, Travis, you keep doing that. You don't have to show me. No, Travis, you don't have to show me.
Stop.
You don't have to show me another day where we're looking at this image.
You seem to think that image that you're looking at is absolutely 100% pristine.
I don't think it is.
Well, then you shouldn't be making the claim or asking me the question that you're asking me right now.
I never once said it was pristine. I said I know that tree line is where your images show it. That tree line is there. And I can show you it's there. I can go
there. Okay, we're talking past each other, and I don't know how to clarify it for you. So
okay, if I show you a picture where no miraging is happening, are you telling me you can show me where the miraging is happening?
It depends on what you're showing me.
Okay. Look at
You're not.
Okay. Is the picture on the left, is everything you see a mirage?
Yes.
Okay. Travis, your understanding of mirage is not correct.
That's why I was going back and forth at the beginning, because I wasn't sure what you understood miraging to be. But when you read the definition of mirage, that qualifies that image as a mirage. Everything that you're seeing, because look, if you look at the difference in the appearance of the water, right? This is the way that I've said it in my video.
It's like this.
Can I finish real quick?
To have miraging, you do need refraction. Okay, but they're not the same things. And when I ask you, you make it as if they're the same things.
Refraction does not always result in a mirrored image, but refraction is they're both effects. I mean, refraction, like I said before, a mirage is a refracted image. Refraction is happening as you look out into the distance.
Okay, how about this? Can you have refraction without miraging?
If by mirage you mean without an inverted duplicate image, yes.
A mirage is a naturally occurring optical phenomenon in which light rays bend via refraction due to produce a displaced image of a distant object in the sky or objects or in the sky.
You have refraction in the definition of mirage.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see the problem.
You need refraction to have miraging. So let me ask again. Can you have refraction without miraging?
Can I have refraction without miraging? I think that's too broad of a question. If you said, can you have miraging without refraction?
No, that's impossible.
Can you have refraction without miraging? If you're talking about the images that we're looking at right now, I would say no. I mean, wait, hold on.
What I'm asking is a very general question. It doesn't matter it doesn't pertain to these pictures at all anymore.
I'll say no.
Perfect. Wait, what? Hang on. You're saying no? You're saying you can't have refraction without miraging, or you're saying you can, right? Refraction does not need miraging.
We need to have something that we're looking at, and you ask me the question.
No, I don't.
Too broad, Sean.
It's supposed to be. It's a very broad question. Okay, look. Let me show you. Let me show you this then. I'm gonna show you a picture, and I want you to show me where the miraging is. Okay. I know I hate this too. I want to make sure it's a picture that I took, so there's no question. All right, here it is. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it?
Yeah, truth stands. I'm not running away, truth stands, so whatever.
I want to say that we can turn our car without drifting. Cannot drift turning.
Oh, perfect. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the chat right now. So can you show me where the miraging is in this image?
Everything you're looking at is refracted.
I didn't ask that. I asked where the miraging is in it.
Everything that you're looking at is a mirage.
No. Your definition for mirage is wrong.
Oh my word! It's just it's the refraction of an image through the medium.
Okay.
It's a refraction of the image.
What in this image is displaced at all?
Everything.
No, none of that is displaced.
Yes, you cannot not have refraction in this image.
Right? Again, wait. Nope, didn't say that. Nope. I asked about miraging. See, I asked that question on purpose. Is there a way to have an image with refraction, obvious, without miraging? And you said no. Right?
Correct, because I'm saying that a mirage is a distorted image due to refraction. Okay. So everything you're looking.
Show me. No, wait. First of all, it says mirage is a naturally occurring optical phenomenon which light rays bend via refraction to produce a displaced image of distant objects or the sky. Now let's make this. Let's look at this again, because I'm want to make sure you're looking at it. It looks like a big weather station with the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Can I ask a question?
Show me where anything in this image is even possibly being displaced.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Because you're the source of this image, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How far away are you?
5 miles.
Okay, so I know at 5 miles with the red roof house, that shit gets distorted all the time.
Same as the red roof house, though.
Yeah, but you're still looking through a medium, right? That's my point.
Wait. Okay, show me where the distortion is that would give you the evidence that there is miraging happening.
Okay, simply because I understand understand the concept of refraction. That is, this image is being refracted.
Yeah, but you
Simply
see,
because-
what you're saying
Hold
is a
on.
very blanket statement. Because yes, everything we see is due to refraction. We get that, but there's no miraging happening in that image.
Okay, what do you mean by miraging?
A mirage is a naturally occurring optical phenomenon in which light rays bend via refraction to produce a displaced image of distant objects or the sky.
Yeah,
Okay?
I have no problem.
What's displaced in this image?
Okay. I would have to have another image of this same shot on a different day. I would bet you that they're not going to be lined up in the same place because of refraction.
Why
it's
do
going
you
to be
keep
different.
saying that? That doesn't make sense. Okay.
Because
again, let me
hold on.
Okay, let me show you something. Okay.
Hold on. You
Because I have
asked me
other.
a question. Let me
I'm gonna
answer
show
your
you.
question. Let me answer your question. You said, "Why do I keep saying that?" Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because one, it's true. Secondly, you're not getting it, so I'm going to keep saying it over and over again.
Okay.
I'm not just going to show you one image and take a picture and say, look, this proves everything. I have to show you numerous images so that you have those comparisons. If I just showed you if I just showed you the image of the two panels, if I just showed you the right image, and I mean, I don't know now because the conversation has gone the way it has. If I were to say to you, what's creating the end of, why does the water end where it ends? Right? What would be your answer?
In the panel picture?
Correct. Right? If it was just the right side and I just showed that to you.
Because that's where the water ends. There's land over there. That's not the horizon.
No. Go back. Can you go back to, or I guess I would have to go back. The two panels. Can you look at the two panels right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to it right
Okay. All right. So I don't know where it's at now. I'm talking about the very bottom, right above the times.
Yeah, you're saying where the blue water looks like sky almost.
Why does the water visibly end there?
Miraging.
Okay, great. Okay, that's great. Now the problem with that, I believe, is in this discussion when we talk about obstruction, right?
But you understand that the water is still there, right? It just appears to be.
That's what my point is, right?
Okay.
That's my point for the left panel to the right panel. Now, when we get into making observations where ships, where sailboats or fishing boats go into that mirage,
Mm-hmm.
they aren't obstructed by curvature.
They are. I'm sorry, they are.
They're not.
You saying they're not doesn't make them not. Explaining this two panel picture doesn't. You can't use this two panel picture to have an argument about boats disappearing. Why? There's no boat. First of all, there's no horizon with the water and sky. There's no horizon to be comparing that on. So I don't know what you want to say.
So okay, all right, that's fine. I'm not saying that this image is.
It's two different conversations.
No, they're.
I can show you why it is.
They're two different sides of the same coin.
No,
because
I can show you why. I can show you why they're two conversations because I did that. Those overlays.
Overlays with the Channel Islands.
Channel Island ones, but more important. I did ones with these another. I'm trying to find it right now. With another set of another boat. Hang on. Here it is. So, actually, this is a perfect example. Here we go. I'll put that in the chat. And because I want to make something look. So, there are two different conversations we're having here, and that's what I'm trying to make you understand. Okay. So in the image that I just posted, it was that boat, and I was asking you about how much refraction, blah 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 blah, and obstructing. Here's the reality of it: the horizon is not obstructing that. That's how the horizon does not obstruct anything. That's how I know the horizon isn't physical. That's how I know the horizon isn't refraction obstructing anything. Why? Because the horizon isn't created by miraging. It's not created by refraction. It's created by where the land and the sky or the land and the water meet. And in this case, the horizon is at the land and where the land and the sky meet, and the horizon does not obstruct. That's why I keep telling you that's not physical. It doesn't obstruct.
Listen,
yeah,
listen.
I'm listening 100%.
If they're again, I can show you images of my own, but in this image that you showed, if you remove the land behind it so that there was only sky, you would have the same phenomenon. Right?
Okay.
And then
here's the thing, Chris. Or why do I keep doing that?
I have
here's
no
the thing.
idea.
I know. I apologize. Here's the thing, Travis. You're trying to say that something as massive as boats aren't being obstructed due to curvature because in your images. Well, here's the reality of it. You need, just like you keep saying, I was trying to show you that picture of the that weather station. Here's the thing. You said I need multiple pictures on different days to verify its location because the refraction will change it. Okay.
Not to verify its location.
Okay, to verify. Well, yeah, you did.
Just to no. Okay, listen.
Because you said it wouldn't be the same.
No. Okay, look. If I have a picture of platform Gina, okay, and I can see the platform, that's where she's located, straight ahead. Now, there are going to be different refractive representations of that image. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be smaller. It's going to be blocked 4/5. It's going to be exposed 100%. It's going to have an inferior mirage at times. So it's not that I'm saying that that's the image isn't my argument isn't about its location. It's not about the location. It's about the obstruction. So when I can't see platform Gina 100%, it's never Earth curved, ever.
Because you don't want it to be.
No, because I can show you the platform fully exposed.
Okay. What were the conditions?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely it does. Because if you can't see it,
Absolutely,
okay.
absolutely
Travis, the day I was up there, and we were looking at the H's, and we were able to see them with our naked eye. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you bet.
And then we look over to the left, down south, down the coast, out into the water, and we're looking over at the G's, but we can't see them. Why?
That's right. Well, it's the same condition.
Why? Hang on. But why?
Because they are different distances, and the refraction and the medium is different.
Well, actually, the real answer is it was hazy. We couldn't see the G's because it was hazy. Right?
But we could also look. It depends. I was being general. Yeah, in that sense, that there was haze, but we could have an image where we can see the outline and have a pretty good idea about what we're seeing.
Now, Travis, would you say this?
Hold on.
Would you say we couldn't? Hang on.
Would
you say that we couldn't see the G platforms because of the ether band?
Well, we could see them. I don't know what you mean. We could see them
with our naked eye. G's? We couldn't see the G's. Only time we saw the G's was with that one special camera because it was all the haze.
Whatever. I thought you said that when we looked from the H over to the G's, I thought you said we could see them. It's just that it wasn't clear.
Well, there were times. Well, that's kind of there were little times where we were able to see the G's through the haze, but there were times we couldn't at all. Like we couldn't see Anacapa Island at all either.
Yeah, I mean haze for haze for me is a tricky term because I think that more than it was more pollution. So I wouldn't consider.
It's the same thing.
I know.
It's a particle.
Okay, fine.
It's a particle.
It's pollution, but
yeah,
that I don't think that I would. I mean, I guess if you want to have that as a classification underneath the Aether band, in my way that I'm talking about the Aether band, it's just simply. I guess whatever. Okay.
Fine. Well, here's the thing. I could say Anacapa Island is not over there. And you could say, no, Sean, I've seen Anacapa Island there before. Matter of fact, I took a picture yesterday, and you can see Anacapa Island clear as fucking day. But today you can't. And I'd go, well, why can't I? And you go, the ether band. I go, what? You go, fucking Sean. if there's fucking haze, there's fucking pollution, and I can go, I don't think that much pollution would block a big ass fucking island. And you can go, well, Sean, here's the thing. I took a picture yesterday and I could see it. And I can tell you that the reason I was able to see it is because the pollution levels in the haze was down. How could you tell that? You can actually go and find the data that will tell you how much pollution is in the sky, how much visibility there is. And that would correlate with what your observations were seeing. And when I ask you, well, what were the conditions, and you say it doesn't matter, it does matter, because the conditions mattered. Why? Hang on. The conditions mattered, and that's why I couldn't see the Anacapa Islands. The conditions mattered. That's why we could barely see the G's. The conditions mattered because that's why we were able to see the H's without a problem. And then the conditions mattered because further north of the beach, Santa Barbara, we could barely see that because of the haze, because of that. But the data matters, man. Every situation.
Okay. It depends on what you're trying to prove or claim. Now, I'm not going to deny that the data of temperature and density and pressure, all of that stuff goes into why we see what we see. That's not my claim. My claim is not why we see what we see. Mm-hmm. My claim is that what we see is a result of the refraction that's in the air. So my claim is that when we can't see objects, it's due to the refraction that's in the air. Now
that's too blanket. I don't understand. Can you explain?
I had a thought in my head before when you wouldn't let me talk, so I'm going to try to get back. I can't get it back, so I don't know where else to go right now. That's what I was going to ask you. Okay, so your explanation a moment ago sounds nice, sounds great. I would actually be very interested to find out if the NOAA or whatever else you're going to get your data from is going to tell you how much pollution was in the air that day. That would be interesting.
Absolutely. Oh well. So
I'm not challenging.
Oh no, I know. But I'm just saying. So just remember, well, you got family here, so us Californians, especially Southern California, yeah, it matters.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying. I know.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I know.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying that because the thing for me is the reason why when we looked up to the H platforms, they're out in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
The GINA platforms are within the pocket of the archipelago, and so the pollution is going to sit there. So you don't have that.
It varies, obviously.
Well, okay, but not the day that we were observing. Now, if we were in,
it didn't fall off the coast enough. You're right.
Okay, if we were in Santa Barbara looking south, we would have seen the haze behind, and we wouldn't have been able to see squat that far away because of the haze. Mm-hmm. But that's not my argument. My argument isn't haze. My argument is
it's haze encompasses your ether band, Travis.
No.
Absolutely,
I have not.
Does.
Okay, listen. Okay, I have not made any claims about obstruction being due to haze.
Oh, wait. You better, because obviously haze does obstruct. We both witnessed it.
Okay, Sean. Do boats? Okay.
Disappear in the fog? Hell yeah, all the time.
No. Hey, my God. I am not talking about fog. And I'm not talking about haze. I'm talking about refraction that happens on the horizon that is not fog or haze or
but it all encompasses itself. It all matters in your argument. All of it.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Does haze happen?
Okay. I'm going to tell you something. As far as I know, in 99.9% of the images that I've captured, I've never had haze one of the issues.
Wait, Travis. The day I can show you pictures from that day where there was haze. Haze matters.
I'm talking about
the reason you were using that one camera. Remember that the infrared, I think it is, whatever.
Yeah.
You were using that camera to cut through the haze.
Well, that I was using that on every day, so not
Oh,
every
well,
day
well,
had haze. Hold
well,
on,
yeah,
hold
I
on.
know.
Not
But the
every
day I
day
was
had
there.
haze.
But the day I was
Okay.
there.
Right. Again, my claim doesn't depend on haze.
You're talking about
I don't.
refraction and things being obstructed, correct?
I am not making claims about ships or islands being blocked by haze.
I know, but you're talking about obstruction, right? Because all these things play a factor. Remember, I asked about the conditions, and you said it
No.
didn't matter. They matter.
No, it doesn't.
It does matter.
If you want to crunch the numbers, knock yourself out. It's
I
not
am.
going to. It's not going to change the image.
You're right. It
If
doesn't
I
change
sh-
the image,
Actually,
but it does. It changes the explanation behind the image. It
No, it
explains
doesn't.
what you're seeing. Yes, it does.
Okay. Listen.
Okay, so if I show
Hold on.
you one of your own pictures and you can't see the G platform, can you explain why I can't see it?
Depends on what you're going to show me. If
Exactly.
it's going to be foggier.
Yeah, that's the fuck.
No, but I don't need the
conditions,
Sean. I don't need
Okay.
to know the data for the conditions.
You do if you're explaining it to
Why?
other people. Wait, you don't because you were there. I was there. But for anyone else looking at these images to understand what we're looking at, yes, you do. Now, if you're telling me that no one else understanding what we're looking at matters, then okay.
No, whenever I have shown different images to people and have had this discussion with people who don't go on streams, they don't ask me about the data. I show them the image, I tell them what's going on, and they understand it. I've asked people, I said, does this make sense to you? Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Who?
They don't say to me, just passerbys. I met with a woman in Havre de Grace where I live. We're part of the Harford County Photography Club, and she's got a boat. And I said, hey, I'd like to talk to you about maybe hiring you so that I can use you on your boat and take some images. So when I met with her, I was showing her all of the images that I've shown her or shown you. She didn't say, oh, what was the data? What was the air pressure? What was the air temperature? She doesn't ask those questions. It's the simplicity of understanding that the refraction that's in the air.
Then, Travis, your claim is this is what I look at and this is what I think. It's not what's actually happening then.
Yes, it is.
No, it's what you think is happening.
It's not. Okay, listen. If I show you a fucking image and then you say, well, what's the data? And I give you the data, the image isn't going to change.
If I say, Travis, where's that at? What time of day is that? Where were you at when you took those pictures? That's data. That's information.
Oh my God.
And again, the more you have, the more accurate it can be. And maybe someone you talk to at a photography club or a passerby down the street doesn't give a rat's ass about information. But for someone for people who are having a conversation, for people, okay, but for people, it all encompasses accuracy. For people like us who are talking about the reason for things that we are seeing in these observations, you do need data. Because Travis, if we show people pictures of the day that I was up there, they're gonna have not a damn clue what the fuck they're looking at we're showing them three different views. If we're showing them the G platforms, the H platforms, and San Bernardino, guess what? Guess what they're gonna see? They're gonna be like, where the fuck is this? What day is this? They're gonna want to need information to know where we're standing, where we're looking at. That's all encompasses the accuracy of what's being seen and explained.
Okay, I don't have a problem with the data that you're considering in terms of my location and the distance to these observations.
Okay. Well, if you want to be more accurate about why your observations are happening, okay, guess what? Well, then here's the thing. Then you can only make a claim to a certain extent. And guess what claim? You are not obligated
My
to...
claim
No, okay,
is
how about this?
that
Here's this.
Okay, I'm going to make it curvature, Sean.
Well, guess what? Your claim, to encompass that claim, you need more data. Your observations alone. I'm the one
Who are you to say
I'm the
that
person.
to me?
I'm the person who's looking at your observations, hearing what you're saying, and it's not. And it's not you. Oh no, Travis, you have zero obligation to me.
Right. Then take a hike. I don't need to do what you say.
Then bye.
Okay.
That's the realization of it, Travis. Don't have an argument about something you don't want to have an argument about.
About 10.
I'm not making the argument that
You
you're
are
requiring
making
data.
you're making a argument. Like, put it this way, I require data. Everyone who's listening that's going, is it flat or is it a globe? They're all required data. You're trying to say my opinion matters more than anything else, and that's all that fucking matters. And Travis,
No.
it's not how it works.
No, that's
You
not
can-
what
so,
I'm saying.
so look,
but I'm,
so you can get all triggered and
Can I
pissed off
finish?
at me, Travis, but just
Hold
make it
on.
very clear. I haven't
Hold
been
on.
disrespectful to you. I haven't said you're
Wait,
stupid. I haven't said
Why
nothing
has
like
this
that at all.
turned? No, why
Oh,
has
because
this
you,
turned right now?
because when it gets to the point where I go, Travis, you can't make this claim. You got irate. You start getting pissed off.
No,
I'm
I
sorry,
didn't
Travis.
get irate.
You don't have enough. You don't have enough data to make the
Who are
conclusion.
you to say I don't have enough data? I have enough
I'm the
data.
person.
in
I'm
my
the person.
opinion.
I'm the person you're having the conversation
In
with.
my opinion, I have enough data. It's
Okay.
very simple.
It's
It's
fine.
very
Mhm.
simple.
Yeah, in your opinion, there's
Knowing
flat
air
too. Doesn't mean
pressure.
It also means it doesn't mean it's correct. Am I wrong?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Well,
Sean, an hour and a half of this, I think maybe we've had enough. Can we get to just having some fun and chat and stuff, man? This is going on too long, man.
Tess,
You know
leave
what I
him
mean?
to it, please.
No, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind having it end here. Again, the simplicity of my observations speak for themselves. The
okay.
obstru-
It can be
the-
as simple. The simplicity of it is fine. Where you're willing to go with it is fine. The amount of data you're willing to obtain is fine. That's all fine. But it only will explain to a certain extent. And Travis, it does not explain to the extent of it is
to
never
you.
curvature. You're right.
To you.
To me,
Well,
and the mass,
can I-
to the majority, it does not. Period.
Oh, who's that? Who's the majority? How many people
Okay,
have
fine.
you
We'll-
taken a poll?
Okay.
7 billion people.
Yeah, you go.
No. See, if I'm gonna just use one of those persons, take
Okay,
the
me.
woman. Take.
Me.
Hold on.
No. Me. I'm standing right here.
No.
I'm making the claim that it is due to curvature. Use me. I'm a perfect candidate for it. Go ahead.
You have seen enough of my images and
Yep.
have heard my arguments
Mhm.
that you know what my argument is.
100%. And I'm telling you right
Simply
now,
because-
you still need more data to say it's not Earth curvature.
Then go find it yourself. You could find out the data yourself.
We
It's
found
not-
it
You're right.
already.
Stop, Terz. Hang on.
It's not.
Terz,
It's not
stop.
going to change anything.
Here's the thing. No,
Sean.
it's not going to
gonna
change.
anything.
It's not going to change what you think, but it is going to 100% back up me saying it is due to curvature.
Okay, well then you go knock yourself out and do
I
it.
am. Travis, I already told you I was going to. I'm not asking you to do it. But here's the thing. Is it about the evidence that I'm going to show you? Are you going to take it in, or is it going to be the same thing? My opinion is more valid than any evidence and
No.
facts that you put in front of me, Sean.
If you have whatever, and because you haven't presented anything to me, I don't know. I'm going to try to say as evenly as possible, right? The Terse, I think, asked me the other day, what evidence would you consider? And I said this. I said, nothing up to this point from what you guys have said is going to convince me. Okay, it would have to be something. So let's make it something new. Let's
Okay.
make it Sean. Let's make it Sean G coming up with data. And if you lay out that data,
Okay.
I would hope, right, that I'm not going to be biased. If there was something in your data that was absolutely like a flat Earth killer,
Yep.
that I wouldn't deny. Now,
Okay.
if there's something in it that I can tear apart with validity,
Mhm.
then that's the case as well.
Okay. So then that
So-
case, shouldn't it be the same thing? If I can tear down something you're saying, you should take that into consideration, right?
Well, what is it that you're making the claim? That I don't
Oh.
have enough data? Is that
Well,
your claim?
it's not my claim. It's just obvious. Okay. How about this?
It's not.
How about
obvious.
this, Travis? How about this? Because you said I didn't present you with anything, and I've presented up the asshole.
No, I mean right now. No. I mean right now when you said that you're going to go get the data and make a presentation with the data.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you do pretty much run the reins, I guess, on who, and when you debate over at Modern. How about you set that up?
No.
I've already emailed them.
The last
Okay.
guy asked me. The last two guys asked me.
Okay. Well, that's the case. Well,
So-
are you willing to debate me on Modern Day?
I already told you yes.
Yeah, okay. I've already emailed James. Everyone keeps telling me that it's up to you, so that's why I'm saying it to you. I don't know if you have to set it up with him. I don't get. Okay, there, I will give you all the data you want. That I say will show you it is curvature. Deal?
Okay. Well, can I have it? can I have it ahead of time so I can look at it? So I'm not just because if you give it to me on that day and I've got to look at it and try to process it, that's not going to be very conducive for the debate if I have to sit there and try to figure stuff out.
Yeah,
so
if you set it up, or if you okay it with him,
my debate.
No, you're right. Yeah. If you okay it with him, right? Because obviously I've
already okayed it with him.
Oh, okay, perfect. When it's set to date, I will then send you the date. It's set a date. I will send you that information so that we're locked in. Okay, deal.
Yep.
Deal.
Yep.
Cool.
Will Travis reciprocate and send you the date on the pictures he might be showing on the debate?
Yeah, Sean.
If he wants my information, sure.
Yeah,
well, I'm sure he does want the information.
No, I'm good. I got everything I need. He sent me
photograph to you, Sean. You should.
It's not going to be anything new.
It's not going to be new. Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows. I mean, that's the thing. It's literally to the point where me and Travis have had this conversation so often that
I know, mate. I've been like, we're going over this again for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Man,
well, that's the fun part. That's the good part about. That's why I started a stream, so I could have these conversations for hours on end, regardless of what everyone wanted.
That's the whole point of this conversation.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do this on Jose's or anything.
You're a selfish bastard, Sean. That's all I can say.
I'm as selfish as it gets. That's the fucking channel's called Sean G. I didn't get creative with it.
It's your channel. It's your channel. You fucker. Yeah, okay.
Hello, Sean.
I think you're wrong with one thing.
What's up, George?
Regarding the data.
What do you mean?
The data is useless because when you are going to use it, you have to talk about refraction and how light bends. And there we're going to be stopped. Show me how light. So the data, he already took precaution.
Oh yeah.
I haven't taken any precaution.
No, when you say light doesn't bend, and show me this is a precaution because you know the consequences.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, Crow. I'm not worried about that. What's up, George? How you doing, sir? And again, thank you for that for doing that upload on George on Bob. Thank you for everybody. Thank you.
Hello, Sean.
Yep. We hear you. We hear you.
Oh, okay. Yep. Hey, had a phone call yesterday from Jesse Kozlowski. Many of you know him as a geodetic surveyor who works out of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Anyway, he alerted me to the fact that Travis had been apparently bad-mouthing me on Jesse's Facebook channel and making statements like I claim there's never any refraction or anything, which is untrue. Most of my observations, I tried. Shut up!
Let him
a minute.
Yeah, hey, Travis, let him finish, and then when he's done, I'll let you talk.
I don't have all day to sit here and try to, get around being talked over. Anyway. All I've said is I've tried to make measurements where I minimize the effects of refraction. And what Jesse has told me...
Did you show that information? Did you show that data?
Will you mute him, please?
Yeah. I'm not going to... Travis, please, for me. I'll give you all the floor you need, Travis, when he's done.
I want to get through this without taking all afternoon. Okay? But anyway, Jesse has... offered to go out on the Chesapeake Bay with Travis, and Travis seems reluctant to do this. And I just wanted to inform Travis and others that I will be... You mute this guy, please,
Go ahead, keep going. He's muted. Travis, come on, man. He's muted. He can't talk at all. I muted him.
All right. That's what I was asking for. He's so damn rude. Anyway, I'm going to be going out to the East Coast. Con and I are going to take a trip in about a month once I get back to Minnesota and settle my affairs there. We're going to head to the outer banks of North Carolina and then work our way up the coast to MIT in Massachusetts so I can visit my friend Walter Lewin there. And on the way, we're going to stop off and for a day or two with Jesse Kozlowski. And we will probably go out on the Chesapeake Bay. And if Travis wanted to join us, he'll be welcome to do so as long as he can behave himself. But Jesse Kozlowski is a premier surveyor. He's a geodetic surveyor. He knows what's going on. He has a very good Facebook channel. If any of you want to learn anything about surveying and geodetic surveying, Jesse posts an awful lot of good information on his Facebook channel.
I wish I can get out there. I'm gonna try to.
I'm done.
I'll try. I would love to get out there with you guys. There's so much I can learn from you too. It's fucking insane. I'm gonna try one of these days to get out there when you guys do a meetup. Travis, you have the floor to respond all to yourself. No one else. No one else interrupt him at all.
This is absolutely incredible that this little yipping dog
Relax.
has no. It's like he has no clue that Jesse and I on my page are at an agreement of trying to figure out when to meet. So it's not like it's not happening. So George coming here saying all of this is like you're telling me something new and you don't even know what the score is. So Jesse and I are on the same page. I'm not avoiding anything. The things that I said on Jesse's channel is no different than what I said on your channel, George. You made claims and you provided no data. You said that there was little to no refraction. You didn't prove that, how you made that determination. You just made the ipso facto declaration. And I'm watching your shit going, I can see refraction right here. And you're making the claim that there's little to no refraction. You just said right now that you made measurements, blah, blah, blah. You didn't provide any of that data in your videos. And I asked you on your stream, like over and over again, as I was watching it, and I watched all of them, and it was painful. I put timestamps for all of my comments. As far as I know, you haven't answered any of them. And so all I'm doing is watching your video. You make a claim, you make a statement, I put the timestamp, and I say, what about blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what you're doing here, George. Like, what are you trying to prove?
Because I have never received any notifications that you have left any comments to any of my videos. So,
well, that's not my problem.
Well, it's not mine either. So the thing is, you can't make an accusation that I'm not responding to your comments because I've never received any notification. If you so claim so, then go to your comments, get the link addresses, and post them to me on Discord, and I'll go and look at the comments. I'm not going to go on my videos and try to find comments that you may or may not have left.
Okay. That's no skin off my back. They're there. Again, do you have your notifications turned on? Do you get notifications when people make comments?
But not all the time. It's broken. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Facebook and Google. I only receive notifications to threads that I have started and that people have commented.
Right. So you're going to have
to your own threads, then I don't get notification of them.
No, listen. If I were to go onto one of your videos right now and just say, "Hey George, did you get this?" Okay? Are you going to get that notification? If you don't, you need to go into your settings and allow any comments to go to your mail.
I have, for all of my videos, I have allowed all comments with restriction.
Okay. Well, then you got my notifications because I've made.
No, I did not. Well, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you what I've received or not received. I'm just telling you I've never received any notifications on anything that you have posted in the past. That's the truth of the matter. And if you're too damn lazy to get me the links and post them on Discord to me, then so be it. I'm not going to go chasing you down and trying to find your comments.
So why don't you just
frankly, I don't give a damn about you and your opinion.
Yeah, but you're here, George. You came here to bitch and yip, okay? And that's what you're doing. You're yip, 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 yip.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't. All I know is what Jesse told me yesterday, and I'm just informing you that somehow you seem to be in error because I have given Walter Bislins all of my data, and he has taken my data and summarized it. And you can go to his channel. You can go to the Hangouts that Jesse and I and soundly have discussed these measurements in the past. I also have about 3 more updates on that particular set of measurements that are coming up. I just haven't had time to finish everything. And the way that refraction was assessed is I have a thermistor temperature array that I made that has 5 thermistors, each separated by 30 centimeters, and I go out and I measure the temperature profile at each of the targets along the optical corridor so that I can assess how much refraction there may or may not be. The only way you can do it is by measuring the temperature. You can't take a guess at it. Just because you see some shimmering in the background does not indicate to you the degree of refraction. And when I make a comment that the refraction seems to be minimal, it is, from my experience, after being out on the ice every day for 75 days, I have been able to determine what days that most likely the refraction is minimal compared to other days. There are certain parameters you can look at by measuring your temperature at the observation point, what kind of wind you have from the direction it's going, and I have learned from experience how to identify refractive conditions. Not exactly, but I know when some days there's no point going out and making any measurements because it's very obvious that there's an awful lot of refraction. So I wait for the days in which the refraction is minimal.
Right, but the problem is, in your videos, no one knows.
Not finished with the videos yet. There's about 3 updates.
Oh my God, that's going to be. Can you like just do one where you just like have PDF? Like it.
You can go to Walter Bislin's. I'm sure he has the data there. I've given him everything.
Anyway, so the thing is,
I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you, George, for stopping in.
All right, Sean. I got to get going.
Yeah, anyway, hey, Travis, thank you for having the conversation and it not getting stupid like a lot of other people get when they talk to you. Thank you for having the conversation. It was good talk, and I will talk to you later.
Okay, man.
Drive safe, man. All right, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thank everyone that was on the panel that just kept yourself muted and let us go at it. I do appreciate it. We can now start the open panel, so you guys can talk about whatever the fuck you want, or just say whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, it's funny how he asked for data, but he never has any data on any of his pictures.
Yeah, that is where the argument is going to fall off for him if we do get to the monitor debate. Again, trust me, guys. I know my method is very frustrating and it takes time, but trust me, there is a method behind the madness. I promise.
Make sure he doesn't have James replace you 10 minutes before everything's supposed to go down.
I hope not. I don't. Is that possible?
It happened to me 20 minutes before I was supposed to debate Travis on there.
I don't think Travis would do that to me. I don't know. He has like there's like a bunch of special type of hates he has for a lot of you guys. I guess
I'll send you the emails from James and them.
Okay. Yeah, damn.
Oh, dude, it's like 30 pages of shit that went down 20 minutes before the show, and I got replaced by T-Jump.
Well, all I know is I've emailed that guy James. I've emailed him on through his email. I've made it very clear in the chat of his streams. I've DM'd him. I've even emailed his messaged his Facebook letting him know I want this debate. I haven't heard shit. And that was the day Travis was debating. So I don't know how long it usually takes. I don't know what's going on. I do know I've heard enough that I do believe there is some flat earth jerking off to make them happy. I don't really give a fuck if it is or not. Sometimes you got to do that. But at the same time, I would have thought I would have gotten a response sooner, but I haven't.
So my time frame on that, Sean, was the first time Travis was on there, I called him out with a super chat. I got an email 10 minutes after the show from them. had everything set up, ready to go, sent in all my presentation, photos, everything. And 20 minutes before they went live, I was replaced by T Jump.
Yeah.
Because Travis refused to debate me.
Oh, well, Travis said he's willing to on my stream. He said it loud, so everyone heard it. And like I said, it's been almost a week now. I haven't heard shit.
Sean, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, if you look to anyone's street, you know that everyone walking down the street have money in their pocket. It could be 5 cents, it could be $1,000, but who of them can buy an airplane with the amount of his pocket? What I mean is, there's always refraction, but this refraction could be like 0.0001, and that 0.0001 can slightly change the position of the horizon by amount of 0.005 ever. So I kind of agree with Travis. Refraction, in general, may change the position of the horizon, but not to the extent that totally misses the picture. Like the picture in the right side, it's totally screwed up because the refraction is heavy, what you call mirage or mirroring. The picture on the left, there could be refraction. We don't know how much it is.
Has no one been speaking? I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, Crow's speaking.
Yeah, people are speaking.
Yeah, you may need to back out and come back in, George. Yeah, Crow is speaking.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're really low though.
Yeah, so the image on the left, the true position of the tree line may not be what we see. It could be slightly different. And I think the best way to confirm is measuring the elevation angle of the tip of these tree and compare it with the camera or with theodolite, and then confirm that with calculations.
Absolutely, yep. And that's what I was trying to. So, that's exactly what I was trying to explain to him, because he talks as if. And here's the thing: if he set up his camera and left it there and took pictures daily, that tree line would be where that tree line is always. But knowing the conditions, the distance, and everything else, you would know. Is it a day with a lot of refraction, or is it a day with minimal refraction? Is there a lot of miraging along the water? Is there a lot of miraging in the sky? All these things you need the data for that he keeps saying he doesn't need, but we all need.
Yeah, Sean, can I just want to say to people, I'm going to put like 3 photographs in the live stream text. And I'd like people to go and click on them, and I think some of them will come up with, if you cuss over them, they come up with like a plus, sort of like spyglass, and you can zoom in on them. And I just like people to go and have a look at these. These are excellent photographs with really good focus, right? And this is what I find wrong with a lot of the flat earth stuff. Always out of focus and fuzzy and so on. So I'm going to put like three links in the live stream text, and people can look at them. And this is the sort of photographs I want flat earthers to produce.
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of the pictures that I've been showing, Tersh, like the one with the cargo ship and oil rigs and stuff. The ones that I've been showing, those are Travis's. He just refuses to show them. Or I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's not that he refuses to show them, he just hasn't shown them yet. Yeah, I'm showing them online right now. Those are beautiful pictures. I like that picture. I'm going to have to use that one for a background. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the quality of focus in these pictures, these are professional photographers taking pictures over the landscapes, long distance. You don't see a lot of distortion. That oil rig picture is a fucking beauty, you know what I mean? The sun going down. But you know what I mean? It's like, why can't these people spend some time learning how to use their cameras and get photographs like this? I just don't know,
It is a question that will plague us till the end of mankind. Can't help it.
That first picture that I put in, if you click on that and it comes up with, it gives you the original photograph. At the bottom left hand corner, say, bring up the original photograph, and then when you cursor over it, you'll get the little spyglass with the plus on it. And
I know this site. Yeah.
That's people in the distance, mate, and you see how clear that picture is. It's fucking fantastic,
Yeah, I love this site. This says I get a lot of my backgrounds from here. Yeah, I like that one. Is it get this over here real quick.
But I'm just saying, right, there is no need to go down a Chesapeake Bay week after week, like Travis does, waiting for the one day that he gets like just the kind of picture that he wants. You know what I mean? The world is a huge place, man, and there's fantastic places to go and take photographs. I put some in that were like from the tops of mountains above the clouds, and the clouds were like the sea, but just rolling fluffy clouds out into the distance with the sun setting. Fantastic picture, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, man, and learn to focus your camera, man. Fuck me,
Well, I think also, where he's at, he has plenty of access to different rivers and things like that have long runs just over the river, and you can get great shots. When I lived in Pittsburgh, I had the same river running through, and I had some excellent shots with some photography groups over there running down the river.
That's the thing as well. I'm sure there's probably some clubs near him where he could go, and there'd be people there with exactly the same camera, and they could teach him how to use it properly. And he really needs to do that,
I have a question for you, Turs.
Oh,
a lot of these problems could be resolved.
SE, on you go, mate. What is the question, mate?
I was just saying, a lot of these.
Hello, everybody.
Am I not coming through?
No, can you hear Montreal?
I was just going to say a lot of these problems could be resolved if Travis would just spend an afternoon with Jesse Kozlowski, and Jesse could show him refractive effects and how to assess this stuff using professional equipment.
Hey, George, can you hear SC Montreal?
I don't know. Let him speak.
Hello?
No, I don't hear him.
Yeah, you got to back out and then come back in because he was talking and you're cutting over people, but it's because you can't hear him.
Well, I'm leaving anyway. Take care.
Okay, sorry about that, George. Thank you, though.
Later, George.
No, I'm willing to answer SE Montreal's question, but I've just got this sinking feeling that it's going to be one of these idiotic questions that doesn't make any sense and there's no real answer to it.
Never mind. Carry on.
What's your question, Montreal?
Yeah.
I think I negated the question by
Well, let him bloody ask it.
preempting it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's not a good thing because Montreal's just going to be aggravated about it.
Yeah. So Montreal, what's your question?
I don't think we got off to a good start tonight, huh?
No, look, if you've got a question that isn't some bullshit question that's unanswerable or runs around the bushes, ask me a question. You know what I mean? But
you know what, Thurs? I'll wait until tomorrow when you're so, because we're gonna get into a fist fight. So let's
hold on, Montreal. Hold on, guys. No, Montreal. Hold on, just 1 second. Turs, hold on. Oh, hold on. You came into this whole hot-headed. Basically, you did a presupposition on him.
Montreal, you're in La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land. We all in La La Land.
Yeah, sometimes I am.
Well, none of us. Hang on. Well, none of us. Damn it, people. How you doing, Montreal? I haven't seen you talk to you in a minute. Otherwise, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. First of all, before we start, I want to say I was watching with B-Ball there. Very impressive, bro. You did good there with that suit thing.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Know what's going on with Discord. I hear Montreal now, and I haven't done anything different. It just different people sort of drift in and out as to whether or not I can hear them.
Yeah, just kick me out and let me back in again.
No, what you've got to do, guys, is see the people that you can't hear, right click on them, and there's a slider, and push it all the way up to the right, so you're raising their volume for you.
No, he just...
If I right click everybody's at 100%. So
yeah, it was that was a Discord error.
Yes.
Yeah, Discord's all funny like that. Every once in a while it has these little glitchy situations, and I'm imagining that with the situation, everybody is on internet, so the internet's gonna, like, my internet is running a tad bit slower, but I assume that's because my neighborhood, everyone's home.
Yeah.
Or another thing you can try is down at the bottom of this list that you see your name in, there's a place called Save Place. If you click in there, that's also an audio channel, and then click back into the live stream, and that sometimes helps you to be able to hear people and stops robotics.
Yeah, that's basically just the resetting of, back out and come back.
Yeah.
I've already changed the little server thing the little server ping thing, and it's as good as it's gonna get. So it does happen though. Yeah, but other than that, what else has been being talked about?
Yeah, I was just happy to get.
Let me get this out. That. Yeah, let me get this out of the way. Chris Berry, you were correct. You did not say there is. You said that's only. That is my admission that Chris Berry was correct and I was wrong. Now,
I think what happened was what happens in Discord. We heard it because of a slight drop of sound, and we heard it because that and there is could be sound the same when it's gone robotic.
Well, that was something else. That was different. That was somewhere else. But one of the things so let me see if I can find it real quick. I heard a bunch of people talking about it the other day, and I started looking into it, and it really blew my mind that I have to start doing the research. But it's on the tectonic plates and how they moved and how they know what movements happen and stuff. And it's basically a project that they're starting to do, or they wanted to do, about drilling to the mantle of Earth. When I say the mantle, I do not mean the core.
Yeah.
That is not possible.
You mean the first sort of couple hundred kilometers, you know what I mean?
Well, what the plan is what they want to do is they want to drill into the mantle, and the goal would be to then send I guess some kind of a robot probe or something. Yeah. And they want to drop it in there and let it sit, I guess, sink through the mantle and the rest of the stuff.
Carried with it.
Yeah. As close as it said, it would take 2 weeks to get to the core. Is that possible?
Well,
because here's why. Here's why I'm asking if it's possible or not. Because for instance, the Parker probe, it's set up with a shield to block the heat that comes emitted off the sun. And they're saying that the core is about the equivalent of the heat of the sun, Kelvin wise. Wouldn't there be an insanely drastic difference between what the probe would have to be able to withstand dropping it into the mantle?
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a
Hey, what's up, George?
It's a totally different thermal shielding issue. When you're in space, you can easily shield yourself from heat radiation, but when you're going through the mantle, it's going to be primarily conduction, and that's going to be a bitch to thermally isolate the electronics.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever probe you put down there is eventually going to just dissolve. But what I'm wondering is, what what signal is that probe going to be sending back that we can pick up before it dies? You know what I mean? I don't know what communication we're going to have with it. So how do we get data from it? That's the only thing. I don't understand what it is that they're trying to do. As I said, I've heard about this, but I've not investigated it yet. But they must have some way that probe's going to be able to send data back before it dies. But it is going to die. It's going to get melted.
Well, they're going to do that because it couldn't be wireless communication, because as you go further into the depths of the Earth, you're going to have problems with
send a radio signal.
Hang on, Trish, I'm trying to hear what he's saying.
The person finished speaking.
Sorry.
Not you, Sean, but this other guy.
Yeah,
he's always speaking over the top.
It's all right, George.
The problem that you have is depth of penetration of radio waves. When you have any sort of conductive material, your radio waves are going to have severe attenuation. So it's not going to be wireless communication. Maybe they can do it with sound, sending sound signals through. But I'm not sure how you would actually affect the communication once you're down, say, 1,000 miles into the Earth. It just that's going to be a huge problem.
I'm getting the link to a page I just found. I get a little bit of information into it.
I'm just going to say, I'm thinking that it's probably not going to be untethered, and they're going to let it melt and die, but they're going to try and send information up through a cable for as long as it lives, and the cable itself then is probably the weak link, something like that.
It says the JAMCET or JAMCTEC team wants to drill by 2020. Okay, this is an older report. I know they already did it because from what I did watch, something happened. But what they wanted to do is they went to like the lowest point, one of the big trenches, and started drilling. And I don't remember exactly what the problem was. I don't want to get into it and not really remember what the details were. But I'm looking on the site right now to try to figure out what we're going to try to use return signal with.
Yeah, besides getting the signal transferred back without some sort of a tether, just keeping the electronics cool enough. I guess you could do it with Peltier cells and batteries. Maybe you could keep the electronics cool enough, but heat really kills electronics.
That's something, but it might not be that they're actually going to have a drone by itself with a tether on it. It could be that they put the drone on the end of the drill head, and they just keep putting the drill head further down, and and they've got communication through the drill.
Down, look at the Russians. Made it to about 8 miles. So there isn't any way you're going to have any sort of a drill shaft go down, say, 100 miles. It's just physically impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as I say, there is places where the crust is much thinner, and if they drilled through there rather than drilling from on a continent, if they were to drill from the ocean bed, near one of the places where the lava and the mantle is coming up,
that's where they're doing it at.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they are doing it. I think it's in the. I don't want to smash it again. I just started looking at it last night, so I don't want to. It's in the Pacific Ocean somewhere, Northern Pacific.
Yeah. Piqued my interest. I didn't know about this. I haven't heard about it. I have heard people talk about it, a few years ago, but I didn't know they were even attempting anything like this.
Yeah, I know they did. They tried doing it. Something happened. I don't know. I got it. Again. I just fresh into the research of it too. So I don't want to say I know exactly, but I do remember them saying something happened.
Well, doesn't it have to? I mean, wouldn't you have to account for the heat that's going to go through if you're using a drill of some sort through the metal rails that are running that drill? I mean, because with the torsion that's going on with it and everything else, that metal, once you get down to a certain depth, is going to heat up to a point where it's just going to become more malleable, and
Well, that's
probably break.
That's the problem. Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
it's
what
going to melt.
they're. I think right now, I think that may have been what they're running into. But I would think with the plan of digging to the or drilling to the mantle, they're probably working on the material that would be able to do so.
They've
Because
probably got new what do you call it? Combined metals. What do you call it when you combine metals?
well,
It's not what.
I'm pretty sure diamond is still the number one in the terms of cutting.
Yeah, but you're not probably making a hole to go pipe out of diamond, so it's going to have to be like some kind of
they use.
combination of metals, titanium, steel, or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Those are all weaker than diamond, though. It's gonna have to be something diamond, right? And I don't think they
No,
use a metal.
But
Do they?
that's not. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the pipes that lead up to that drill head. That drill head's going to be made, going to have the diamond tip and everything. But you're going to have the lines that lead up to it that are pushing that drill head down.
I don't think.
And that's the one that's going to heat up more than that drill. Well, it'll heat up just as much as that drill head.
I don't think so. I think the mud that they use and just the fact that they're doing it in the ocean is. I think that may be a big factor to doing it in the ocean. Maybe to keep it cooler. Maybe I don't know. I see what you're saying though, 100%. But I think once you punch through, I don't think they're. I think it's.
Once you get into
open
rock, once you get into that molten rock, that heat is just going to fuck everything up. It's just going to melt it to fucking shit.
Yeah, but at that point, it wouldn't make a difference at that point though.
Metal might last long enough for you to get down another couple 100 feet before it just dissolves. But I think they're just trying to get deep enough to get some kind of data back, and they're probably not sure how deep they're ever going to get, but they're going to try and push it as far as they can. I think.
Well, another problem would be the pressure that would be building up because you're attempting to put in flowable fill into that hole, and how fast is that going to close up before you can get down further?
And the heat as well, the heat and the pressure is because that's double.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what the flowable fill does as well. Is it heats up.
But it blows my mind that they're even thinking of doing this. They must have some kind of technology they're going to use that they think they can get through into it and get some kind of data back, or they wouldn't be spending money on it. You know what I mean?
Being a short data set, much like what the government would do when trying to accumulate data with underground nuclear blasts. They would put a lot of instrumentation in the capsule, high-speed data acquisition, and you'd get data for about a millisecond before it all got right from the atomic blast.
That's what I mean. You're definitely putting data receivers that are going to transmit data for a tiny amount of time. You know that data acquisition is going to die. You're just hoping you can get enough data before it dies. That gives you something to work on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Way to do this is you surround the girth of the Earth with atomic weapons, and then you let them all off in chain reaction. Just split the Earth in half, and then you could examine what's on the inside of the Earth as the other half recedes away into space.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, this will be the first mission of the Space Force.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like what Trump wants in 14 days, he wants to put everybody back to work, and we're going to lose a couple of thousand people, but it's worth doing it to keep the economy going. Sorry, I brought up a bad subject there. I'm sorry, guys.
We could do that. I mean, the economy could be bolstered up by the increase in undertakers and funeral homes.
Yeah, if you've got anybody left to go and dig holes, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's been enjoyable. I'll catch you all later. Carry on.
Have a good one, George.
Yeah, okay, George.
Later, George.
Sorry for talking over you, mate. And, I do this when I'm drunk, and I'm very drunk tonight. Sorry.
What country are you in?
I'm in Scotland, mate. Yeah.
Oh, well, that figures. I have a lot of good Scottish friends, and they do enjoy their alcohol.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for talking over you, mate. It's my
Okay. Well, I'll beat on you when you do it. I'll let you know. I'll beat on you.
Yeah, cool. I can take it.
All right. Well, take care.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it to my attention, Sean. I didn't know they were attempting this. I'm going to look into it as well, mate. Cheers.
Sean, what technology are they going to use for that? Do you know?
Drilling technology.
Well, from what I know, from what I remember, when they got down that deep near the 8 Mile zone, their drill bits started to melt. The whole piece, like the whole structure of it, was melted.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was the metal part. We embed diamond into tungsten steel to cut through, the hardest rock. Now, the diamonds won't melt first. It will be the metal the diamonds are embedded in. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The metal would soften and the diamond would come out. You know what I mean? As it get, yeah. But I know that when I was working on submersible drill rigs in the North Sea, we hit hard rock, and because of the amount of because we didn't know we were going to hit that rock. It wasn't expected. It didn't show up in surveys, and we were breaking, the drill heads. And what they discovered was they were putting too much downward pressure on it, and what they had to do was to drill at a slower speed. So they took weight off the sort of drill head, and reduced the revolutions, and they found that they were getting less wear and tear on it, going at a slower speed with less weight on it. You know what I mean? It's a bit like you go to your dentist and you've got the high speed drill, and then he swaps over to a slower speed drill for certain parts of your teeth. It's that kind of thing,
Well, you have
Why
to
don't they just hire
wonder
Bruce
if maybe
Willis?
yeah. You
Yeah.
have to wonder if maybe they chose that one spot, like when you're
Mhm.
in a house and you're like, oh, I'm going to set up a picture here, and you hammer a nail directly into a water pipe or something. Maybe that's exactly what they did. They found the one spot with one big chunk of diamond or something like that.
Yeah, so I just put it in the chat. So that picture I just put in there will give you guys like a idea of why they're doing it the way they're doing it. So the hole or that line on the left is the 8 mile hole that everyone keeps talking about. 7 mile hole. It's like 7.34 blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm trying to get it so everyone can see what I'm looking at. All right, there we go. And then, so what they want to do is they want to actually set up at the bottom of the Mariana Trench and then drill.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do.
But then we've got to deal with something that can go down there, attach itself to the seabed at 3.5 miles deep.
I think that's the easy part.
Down, but if you're drilling down, you're pushing the drill rig away from so it has to attach itself to the ground in such a way that when you start drilling, you're not going to push the drill rig away. So it's a very complicated.
I can see them. I can probably see them anchoring it because, like I said, that from where if they're starting at the bottom, they're not going to have to drill. As the time won't be as extensive as if they were starting on the surface, out not in the ocean.
Yeah. Well, the way that we drill is you put a semi-submersible and then on the surface of the water, and then you put 8 anchors out, and that holds the rig in place. So when you start drilling, you're not pushing the rig up. You know what I mean? You've got enough weight to drill into the earth. But what I'm saying is they will probably have to go down and drill several holes and anchor themselves into the crust of the earth, and then start drilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it being like
Yeah,
that.
the problem is the Marinara Trench is almost 7 miles deep, and from what I remember, it's only been very small submersibles that have actually managed to make it down there. And to actually do anything down there is a different task altogether.
Oh yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you're drilling down, you're also pushing up on the thing that you're drilling from. You know what I mean? That's why you have to push when you've got a drill and you try to drill into a bit of wood. You have to push on it. You know what I mean, if you've not got the leverage to push in, then the drill just won't go anywhere. And that's the same thing. They will have to have something to hold it to the surface of the of the ocean bed in order to drill down. Otherwise it would just push the rig back up.
Well, I don't know why they don't just go to that hole that Admiral Byrd the center of the earth.
Now that's a damn smart thing. Way to go, Sean. Restart from there.
Why don't we just go to the empty fucking hole in the North Pole and then climb down inside the Earth and just find
That's what Sean just said.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, except for one little problem. There is no land at the North Pole.
Yeah, there's no hole.
I mean, apart from that,
But let's not make that be the reason we don't do a thing. I mean,
what's it? The water under the North Pole is only about 3,000 foot deep, isn't it, or something? It's a hell of a way down.
I got a super chat from Cypress19, aka Maxwell. He says, "Have another drink, Santa."
I'm drinking away, man. But I'm just going to say, that there is places that are shallower than the Mariana Trench that are also very close to the mantle.
I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of other spots they're thinking about doing.
The whole Earth is not the same thickness all over, so there is places we can find where it's thinner than, and we don't have to go so deep as the Mariana Trench, I think.
No, you don't. I know you don't.
Yeah, the problem is it's what's underneath place that you want to dig is the problem.
Yeah, I know they've hit a bunch of because last night I was also watching basically the evolution of the plates is basically how they were explaining it, and they were saying how they drill down to different sediments, and what they're seeing is these mixtures of sediments and granite that would be inclusive to different land. We call it different plates sliding over each other, I guess. See, I don't know crap. I got all after the stream. That's all I'm going to do all tonight and just research the shit out of it, because last night I started watching it, a bunch of videos on it, and it interested the shit out of me. So I started reading some stuff, and now I'm hooked. I want to figure out what the hell is going on with it, because it's just what they're doing is and in this study is one of the big proponents of it is understanding how the continents slid and may have created like a Pangea, or how a Pangea how we would have gotten to where we are now from a Pangea. It's just all these different questions that they don't know, that getting to the mantle would answer.
Well, of course, the continent that's Antarctica wasn't always at the South Pole.
Yeah.
It was much further north. I mean, but I think they know from fossil evidence that it was in a much more temperate zone than it is now. And it supported an abundance of life.
Yeah, they believe Antarctica at one time had trees.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I think there was an area that melted off that hadn't been for a while, that they were able to drill, and that's when they were finding seed pods or something like that for different type of trees and different just things you don't find unless it's in a foresty situation. And that's also how they think this was a complete hypothetical, or complete just brain farts story I was reading about, but they were trying to correlate why there's no penguins in the northern hemisphere, and they're trying to say this, during that Pangea situation, they're wondering if maybe they were everywhere, but then when all these crust slides and we lose, there's like so much records that we will never find because of just the fact of the destruction of these plates when they slide over each other, or glaciers when they do their migrational slides or whatever you call them. Like, they just destroy everything. It's like there's hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years that we'll never have evidence for ever even existing, because it doesn't exist. It just does not exist anymore.
That's why they find it really hard to find the oldest rocks in the world and be able to analyze them and stuff like that, because most of it has been subducted and melted and came back up as.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know they did a test in Antarctica, or not Antarctica. They did a test in the Appalachian Mountains, and they were doing that. They break it open and test the organisms inside of it and all that shit. And the way they explained it is they date that, then would predate the time it would take for that rock to take the process of, once it, guess airbound, I guess, I don't know, became stagnant. I don't know what the fuck you call it. But they were just saying the cycles of the plates and the cycles of how Earth was made, mountains and valleys and all that shit. Like, you can pretty much have a good guesstimate to how long it took to get to that point where you're dating it at, and that kind of gives them that pre-exit to think 4.5 million years, because it would have taken 2 million years to do this or that. But again, it's another one of those things that I remember reading here and there, so I got to look into it more to have better facts.
Yeah, I mean, the continents as we know them now, I mean, you can see how some of them did fit together, or how some of them were formed. I mean, that's why we have the Himalayas, because in India sort of came in and smacked into Asia, and that process formed the Himalayan mountains.
Well, that was the thing that I noticed when because being in California, earthquakes, when we're young, we're exposed to earthquakes, and when you're exposed to earthquakes, you're definitely exposed to the Ring of Fire, the plates, and then you start looking. So when you look into these things, if you take this back off and look at a big map of the plates, it makes sense to where the mountain ranges are. It makes sense to where the Gulf, like, Gulf of Mexico is. They may not fit like a puzzle piece, but imagine if you just ripped a puzzle apart, how well those pieces would look to fit. And just realize it's like that. It wasn't like they were cut with a great sharp knife to make everything perfect. But if you imagine that all these masses were ripped apart, it would make more sense how Pangea looked. And you see it; it's there. There's no doubt about it. And you can say, well, the government tells you that's what the United States looks like, or South America. No, well, here's a problem. I live in San Diego. I know people that live in Texas. I know people that live on the East Coast. We can all triangulate, and we know exactly how many miles is between the West Coast and the East Coast. It's already been answered. That does not work. I'm sorry. They're not lying about the masses of these continents. We've measured though. That's an easy measurement. We can do that. We don't have to have any special skills to do that. If you trust a mile, if you can calculate a mile, you can calculate the distance between West Coast to East Coast and understand that a map is real.
Yeah.
Well, the map, if you draw a straight line, the map will give you a different distance than what the actual mileage is.
Yep, and Dr. Bob came on a while ago and showed us out that Sky Vector website. He showed the flight paths and triangulation, and you can see the how it curves. And then he showed it. He straightened out those lines, and the mileage between West Coast to East Coast didn't match. East Coast to Canada didn't match. The triangulation round trip didn't match. And it's like he was trying to explain to him. He's like, this is how we know. And, you know, no one would listen because, of course, they know more than everyone.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I tried to explain that the other day. Well, I don't even remember when now. But, yeah, it was the distance from down here in Florida to New York, and how the distance is different if you draw a straight line from New York to Florida. And I've driven it.
Yeah, and those are the
and
things,
it sucks.
And that's the other thing. There's so many people that drive. Travis drives for a living. So Travis, we should be able to go, yep, it's right, because he's been in those miles. If you've flown, that's the other thing. If you fly, the rotation of the Earth should make sense, because the flight times always work the same way. All these
like
things.
I was saying, sorry. I thought somebody was going to reply to you, Sean. So.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead, Trish.
Yeah, well, it's like I was saying, I can't remember who it was in SEs. But you know, if you've got a hummingbird humming over a fucking flower, you know what I mean, sucking nectar, you know what I mean. It's like that bird is like, you know, a quarter or, you know, quarter an ounce or whatever, you know. It's a very light bird, you know. If there was 1,000-mile wind, it would blow it away from the flower, right? So obviously the air is moving at the same speed as the land, or it would get blown away, you know. So how couldn't he answer that question? How can a hummingbird at the equator suck nectar out of a flower? You know what I mean? And if the air isn't moving at the same speed as the Earth,
because Church, he's saying that the Earth's not moving either. That's their. That's
yeah, but we already
his
know it
explanation.
is moving. All that denial shit doesn't count. I'm not answering that. I go, fuck off. The Earth is fucking moving. You know.
Yeah, but we know all that.
Welcome
already.
to these panels.
Yes. And if you don't like it, come to them sober or don't come to them.
No, I come to them sober, I come to them drunk, but I'm not going to give them, you know, oh, we don't think it's moving. It is fucking moving. We've proved it's
That's
moving.
not the point is, Tersh, that if you don't like that, you have to understand that you are not going to get the answers. You are not going to get the admittance
We
of
never
what.
get any answers, mate.
Well,
never get any
that's the
answers.
point.
Well, look,
Tersh, that's the point.
We're not asking the questions.
No, we ask the questions. They never answer them. They ask their
Tersh.
questions. How was it? And we answer them, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm
Tersh,
sad.
we're not asking the question. Our question's already been answered. They're asking the
they
question.
don't know anything.
It's their claim. It's not up to us. It's, you know, if they don't like the evidence that was provided to them, they can provide something else. That's it. We don't have to argue over the same point.
They never answer any questions, ever.
Well, that's up to them. But until they can bring any evidence, and until they can bring anything that is worthwhile, you know, the science still stands.
Yeah,
and you know, I had nothing to do with it. You know, this was all decided before I was born.
Yeah,
well, part of it.
Two Santones go, well, they don't believe the Earth moves. Fuck them. It does. Simple as that. Just state it to them. The Earth moves.
Tersh, that wasn't my point, because yet again you're failing to actually listen to what people are saying to you.
Well, I'm listening.
My point was that these panels have been the same for the past 5 years that I've been listening to them. that there's not much point in coming in hot if you think that you're going to get answers. That doesn't work.
I didn't come here expecting answers. I know they don't answer. But
Well,
what I'm
That's
saying
why
is,
coming in hot doesn't work.
Yeah.
you know, but you can't tell me that I can't ask them for answers and then say, well, they can't answer it, so I win.
I
That's what
didn't
they fucking
say,
do to us. You know what I mean?
Tersh, I didn't. When did I ever say you couldn't ask questions? My point is, if you're coming onto these panels and expecting them to give you answers, you're not going to get it.
I'm not expecting answers. What I'm expecting to get is exactly what we get for the last 9 years. Deception, deflection, and changing of subjects. Or ad hominems, because they get pissed off that you've caught them out and they find themselves
9 years.
Why do you sound surprised then that you're getting the same shit?
I'm surprised that you guys are like, you know, taking their bullshit. You know what I mean? You know, just not turning anything.
I think you're misunderstanding the point of actually having these conversations, Terse. The point really is, and I think at this point, Sean G will probably agree, it's more for the entertainment value and, you know, hanging out with people and having good conversation.
Yep.
It isn't necessarily about the. It's not about flat Earth, because, you know, until they bring the evidence, then, you know, we all know. So I mean, why are we having the conversation? For entertainment.
Yeah, but it's not just entertainment value. It's also educational for the people who might be thinking of becoming flat earthers. You've got to make sure they know.
All right, so Tersh, answer me this then, right? No, sorry, I'll ask Sean this question.
It's up.
Right, so Sean, you were a flat earther.
Yes, sir.
And so when you spoke to people, was it the people who would actually sit and have the conversation with you, or sit and push, looking for trying to push points? Which ones were you most likely to listen to?
Oh, the people that wanted to sit and have a conversation with me. Not nitpick claims, and there were people that wanted to have a conversation and explain things. Whether I wanted to have the conversation with them, sometimes I didn't. But the reality of it is that you will never understand a side if you don't ever hear the side, and if you don't hear the side, you don't have an argument against the side. Travis actually has that upper hand, and it works for other people. It doesn't work for me because I do know his claim. He makes a very good point. You can't have an argument with me if you don't know my claim. If you're too busy, if you come in hot to a panel and out the gate you're like, you're this and this and this and this and this, this is exactly what's going to happen. Someone like Montreal is going to come in and say, hey, Terse, I got a question for you. And then Church is going to come in hot and be like, why the fuck are you going to ask me a question? You're starting, I don't want to hear shit. And then Montreal's going to go, nah, never mind. I'm good. No, fuck that.
That's not what I did to Eskimo.
It is what you did to Montreal. It's exactly what you did to Montreal. That's why Montreal said, never mind. Montreal didn't want to have the conversation anymore.
Yeah, what I say to him is it going to be a rational question that I can answer?
That's not what you said.
You know what I mean?
That Montreal, I have said that to Montreal. Montreal does not respond that way to someone going, is it a rational question? Because Montreal is going to go, yeah, your questions are a lot, blah, blah. You know, he plays around. Blah. When Montreal, and this is how I know, because again, I have conversation with Montreal all the time. When Montreal shuts down, Montreal either does not want to be triggered, or he doesn't want anything to do with someone because it's pointless. And Montreal doesn't get that way very often. It's very rare to see Montreal shut down.
Well, that's unusual.
Shut up, Montreal. Shut up. Keep it low over there.
What's up, Jose?
Hola, Jose.
Whatever.
Was that fun?
How's my sound? Is it really bad? I mean, like very cheap.
You sound like crap. Why is your volume?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, how
But-
does it sound terrible on Discord when his stuff sounds okay?
Oh, no, he's. I think
depends
he's
on where he's connected.
He's on
Bluetooth. Yeah, bad cheap Bluetooth.
Yeah. Get rid of the Bluetooth, Jose, for headphones. Go with wired. It's much better
Yep. Gives you more
And I'll
true
gi-
sound too.
for $5.
I'll give you an example
$5.
as well, Tersh. Crash and I have been having an argument for the past 6 months about who knows
Oh
what
my
more about
god.
bacon.
I'm sorry.
And
6
it's
months?
me.
Yes. 6 fucking months. He
my
shits you
God.
not.
You are.
I just don't like pain that much, you know. I couldn't talk to myself that much, you know what I mean?
You do every day. You're here and on me and Jose's panel every day. That's
Yeah,
why
but
people
I
that.
don't-
That's why when people get all. Wait, hang on. Let me finish chewing.
Yeah. Don't talk
Crash
to
hasn't
me.
responded, so that means
Okay.
I finally won after 6 months.
Yes, I just did.
Yeah, he did. He
I-
just roboted.
He used his robot fallacy.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're here, Trish, you're here every day. We're on me and Jose's panels and whoever else talking flat earth. You said you've been around flat earth for 9 years.
Well, not flat earth, but
Okay, well, just
presuppositionist and stuff.
okay.
Like that, yeah.
Well, trust me, flat earth is a whole different animal.
No, it's not.
It is because there's two. This is exactly why I run the panel the way I do. I come at it differently because I was a flat earther, and I know that coming in hot thing that we keep talking about, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Matter of fact, it doesn't work so much that people like Rumpus, no one even listens to them anymore. And Rumpus is insanely smart, but he comes in hot so much that no one on Flat Earth gives a shit about what he says. They're all just waiting for something they can get an upload on and move on. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not that person. I don't like. That's not how I roll. That's why I'm still around. That's why I talk to people the way I do. But you only get so far because I guarantee you'll do it maybe one or twice between Montreal, and then he's going to do this to you. Fuck you. I don't want nothing to do with you. And every time you try to have a conversation with him, he's going to blow you off. Well, if you want to have a conversation with him, can't piss him off every time. And if you don't want to have a conversation with him, then there's really no point in saying anything to him, is how I see it.
No, what I was saying to SE Motors, I don't want it to just give me one of the, because you know what SE is like. He comes in and just goes off on one of these crazy. He's not as bad as Lemon, but he comes out and he goes off on one of these crazy fucking tangent things. And if that was a question I was going to answer,
No, he doesn't.
I was just making it.
Montreal is always right. Montreal is always right.
Montreal. That's the thing. That's not Montreal's style either. Montreal is one of the type of people that will come in and go, boom, 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 answer me. He doesn't. He's not a monologuer. He doesn't do that.
I'm not talking monologuing. What I'm talking about, it goes off on a tangent of some crazy fucking crap that you can't answer because it's bullshit. That's what
No, Terz, hold on a second. No, hold on,
Again,
Terz.
no, he doesn't.
Right now, we're off on a tangent because of how you interacted with Montreal.
Exactly.
It wasn't how Montreal reacted to you.
Yes, Crash.
Montreal is my new sidekick. I'm gonna open the show only me and Montreal every day moving forward.
every day. Take an hour and a half every day with Montreal and see how it goes. You know what I mean?
Goes great.
That's why George believed that now I got Montreal as my sidekick. He said like everybody got a sidekick. You know, Nathan got QE and Sean D is kind of with Barney. Do you have Montreal now every day? Like, what the hell?
Oh, that's funny because they're accusing me of being QE too. That's
Oh no, Montreal. Don't get me wrong. You piss me off sometimes with your 11 vectors, but you are no QE by a long margin.
Oh hell no! Not even nowhere near. No way. Fuck that.
Nowhere close.
I like to
listen to the false bacon prophet. He speaks only of thinly fried ham.
Christ, you're a bloody vegan. You eat rice bacon.
What the hell?
Hey, Crash, what happened to the Sterling engine, bro?
Oh, it's at the house. I just never made a video of it. I got fucking bored.
You made it? You got to show that off, man.
Anyway, Montreal, what was your question? Come on.
There's nothing personal, bro. But when you're, shall we say, slightly a little bit more intoxicated than you should be, I'd rather postpone this conversation. Nothing personal, bro, because we're gonna get.
You'll find it hard time to find me sober, mate. You know what I mean? I'm Scottish, so ask a question. I'm going to be drunk like this most of the fucking time. When you're going to find me sober enough to be the right person for you to ask me the question?
The first 45 minutes of Jose's stream.
That's about
early in the morning.
The first 45 minutes because you were on 40. Because I listened.
Sometimes I start drinking at 11 a.m., man.
First of all, Jose, it's very important that you live. I realize this, and this is why I'm doing it now. It's very important that you live stream at the exact time while this is all going on, because the only way I knew you were live, Jose, is because I woke up and I looked at the clock, and for me, it's 8 o'clock in the morning that you go live. You've been going live, so I checked, and you were 12 minutes, 12 minutes live, and that's why I was there. But it's important while this is going on, Jose, make sure you're streaming at the same time every morning.
Yeah, Jose, listen to Sean. Not they and them, because he knows nothing.
Who is that?
Me.
No, that's not your. No, that's not your.
Anytime you want to discuss any sort of meat, including the royal pork, let me know. But get ready for an ass whooping.
Oh, shit. If you watch the side chat, I'm currently covered in blood from slaughtering a hog right now. So there is.
That's so not weird, but you make it seem so weird.
I'm still waiting as he asking me a question.
I don't think he's going to right now. I think he's going to wait for a better segue.
I think you blew that a while back.
Next time, Thurs, I promise you, next time.
I'm going to be drunk next time as well, mate.
Yeah, but tonight you're extra drunk. You see, you didn't even realize that you insulted me about 5 times tonight already. But I'm not taking offense because I know you're drunk, bro.
Whoa. I didn't insult you. I don't have any ad hominems in it.
Guys, tell him.
The kind of question you were asking me what I was talking about. Not you.
No, Tersh, again, it's the fact that you came back at him hot when he said he wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with everything Montreal has to say, but I can have a conversation.
I mean, we showed that earlier. When Travis got here, when Crash talks to Travis, it's different than I do. Travis won't talk to him. Travis
definitely killing things.
Well, I'm just trying to make it. Crash knows. I mean, shit. Everyone knows. I mean, it's obvious. You can tell. I mean, that's how you keep conversations going. I mean, I couldn't imagine how long. I mean, put it this way, I got a little militant. I think when I left Flat Earth for like the first 3 months, I was actually pissed, and I was talking shit about all Flat Earth. I was like, "Fuck all y'all." And guess what ends up happening? No one wants to talk to you. It just doesn't work. It just never does. There are some people like that have history. I think Travis will always talk to Big Blue, no matter what, because he thinks he's going to get the upper hand in triggering him. But Blue, he's too smart for that shit. But they'll always have a conversation. And you can just tell there's certain people that don't work. Chris Berry, Travis, and Dr. Bob, like they can never have just a decent conversation. And we know this. But then they also get avoided, and people don't have them on as much. I love Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob is awesome. He's giving me an insane amount of information. But there comes times where I think Jose's had to do it. I've had to do it, where we go, okay, well, your method is not going to work here. And the best part is Dr. Bob understands. He steps himself out on his own. It's not like I've ever had to boot him. He leaves on his own, and he says, "I'm not dealing with that shit." And I understand, but there are ways about going about a conversation to continue that conversation, and if it's that fuck everything you got to say and you're all dumbass attitude, all you're gonna do is whittle down the people that will have a conversation with you about it.
Do you have any idea how hard it was to stay muted while you and Travis were having that conversation?
Oh, I know that, and that's why I thanked you guys because there's numerous people on the panel who has gotten into it with Travis as well, and it's very difficult to. It's very difficult to. But that's exactly why I am so grateful to the people that do come on my panel, because you guys have the respect to just let it be, and I thank you. Thank you. You have no idea.
We knew what it's about. It was like step back and get on with it.
Yep. And like I said to everyone, man, and there are people that are sick of it, but trust me, there's method to my madness. Trust me.
Yeah, but what I was trying to get through as well is like, you need people like me as well who are not going to take shit. You know what I mean?
Nah,
you can have
I don't. I don't.
You can have all the Sean. You can have all the Sean G's and all the Jose's and all the big boys and all that you want. But
hey, don't mess with Jose, huh?
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're his god. I forgot about that much.
Like a junkyard
I'm his
dog.
leg breaker.
Yeah.
Watch out.
People in the chat see the fun and the humor of people like me coming in hard as well.
No.
You might not like the way that we interact.
No, put it this way, Church.
It's a different
Church.
personality.
It's not true. It's not true at all. You want to know how I know
so
that? Hang on. Here's how I know it's not true. And this is as clear as it gets. I have trolls in my chat that go, he needs to calm down. That's when you start seeing that. That's when you're like, okay.
Yeah, but
I went to grab a potato, and I think it sounds a lot better now, right? Anything is possible on flat Earth.
Fantastic, Jake.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Holy shit, Jose.
So can I ask Jose a question that might make this point a bit clearer for Tersh?
See.
No.
Right, Jose, when you took the decision to move away from flat Earth, how hard was it to get people with opposing positions to come onto your panels?
I don't know. For some reason, it wasn't that hard. I think the flat earthers came with an amusement of knowing what the hell happened to me. Why did I decide to go back to the globe? But it wasn't. I wasn't.
No. On your stream a couple of months ago, when you said you were going to move away from the flat Earth, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
How hard is it to get people to come on to talk about other subjects?
It's 50-50. Yeah. It's not as easy as open topic, open panel, open discussion every day. People kind of hesitate to go in a little more. Yeah, they held back.
Exactly. And is it fair to say that they also hesitate if people are on panels where they're hot? For example, like, take presuppositionalness. You say you were around those 9 years ago. Darth Dawkins has still got the same script that he wrote 9 years ago. The only people that now go there are for people who laugh at him because he gets angry and triggered. And I don't think that's what either Jose or Sean are about. They're here for the actual conversation.
Oh, no. Yeah. We are to have diverse panel, different people with different opinions, and put our minds together and figure shit out. And entertainment, of course.
Yeah.
We're here to learn and entertain ourselves.
But this is a big difference. Like this morning, when Jose said, because the whole Chris Berry and B-ball thing was going on, and Jose said he was going to let it wasn't going to keep it going. There's a huge difference there than someone just being irate on a panel out of the get-go. Because, again, just hearing the same old, just belligerent, just no, and it gets old. So people don't stick to it. They don't really like it that often. Trust me, if you don't hear my voice, I am reading the chat. Like, I'm always in the chat. I just can't type and listen at the same time, but I'm always glancing through it, and I can get a good read of what's going on. Not to mention, I've had these panels. I've been doing panels, or I've been involved on panels for 4 years now. So the whole idea of reading a panel, it's that, if anything, that may have been your question, Truth, but that is probably the hardest thing to do on these when you live stream. Jose, you can attest, because there are people who cannot be on a panel together. For instance, the newest edition, Church and Pete cannot be on panels together. Why? There's no point to it. You're not going to get a good conversation out of either one of them. They hate each other. They always butt heads. You just can't have it happen. For another example, me and Rumpus. I always feel the need to talk shit to Rumpus because he thinks he's so damn smart and doesn't know how to explain shit. And he always feels the need to call me an idiot, and I get triggered by it. So me and Rumpus aren't going to have a good conversation about anything.
Well, I can get to this one, but I think the reason for that is Pete becomes abusive. How many times have you thought of kicking me out of your panel, Sean, or JG? How many times have you thought of kicking me out of the panel because I've become so abusive? It's like, oh, I can't have this.
Twice. I didn't, but twice I've wanted to. If I'm going to be honest about it, twice. Put it this way, even now, you're not bad at all. I'm not. Trust me, I have zero problems with it right now. The only thing I had an issue with is how the conversation of coming in hot. And this is going to be as real as it gets. And Montreal knows me, so he knows don't take it personal, Montreal. I know, Church, you know, and I would say the majority of people watching know that what Montreal's on here doing is full of shit in our eyes. We know what Montreal is going to have to say. The difference between Montreal and other flat earthers, in my opinion, I'm going to make this very clear, is Montreal asks the same questions that I have now. If I didn't understand something and I wanted to ask people what was going on, what I get from Montreal is that Montreal asks questions to get a conversation going, not to say you're fucking idiots. That's why
I like that.
And that's why I have so much fucking respect for Montreal. I don't care what Montreal thinks. I don't care if Montreal thinks we live upside down and space is a lava field full of fucking crickets that sing lullaby. I don't give a fuck. I have respect because he has respecting me.
Yeah. I'd like to add something. Montreal is a respectful guy. Now, if you disrespect him, you call him an idiot. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gonna flip quick. He's gonna treat you the way you get treated. So I appreciate Montreal, and we have a laugh together. And I really do appreciate Montreal. I like this guy. Yeah.
And I oppose him on his views all the fucking time, all the time. That's how I know it has nothing to do with the views or his view on what something is and mine, and how it gets personal like that. It has nothing to do with it, because I have conversations every day. JG, fucking SE Montreal, Sean Smith, Farmer, there's numerous people, but we have conversations every day with people with opposing views, and it never ever gets to the point where it's like personal like that, or it's aggressive. It just doesn't need to be done.
This is the people that I see here. It doesn't get into the personal big time. Erebus have come really close with Travis because I know they got kind of a little bit of a personal beef or whatever, but they have learned to speak, a little over each other, But there's some people every time I got, let's say, Brenda on a panel, I'm afraid that Brenda is going to flip with anybody, left or right,
Yeah, so I've got to basically just attenuate my enthusiasm.
Jose, I agree with you. That's one person, Brenda, I can't listen to, bro. My hair stand up.
Well,
but I mean,
the thing with Brenda is I think Brenda's been around so long. I said this before. Brenda's been around so long. When Brenda comes onto a panel, my first instinct is I have to sort out whether or not she's here for conversation or is she trolling, because Brenda is very open to the fact, or I personally think she's open to the fact that she needs to troll now because she's lost her wits end at certain points. So with her, you have to you literally have to figure out in the first 5-10 minutes which Brenda you got there. And then go from there.
She's freely admitted that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If you ever hear Brenda say anything about aliens, she's in full troll mode. Full fucking troll mode.
Or coming in, she's saying, "I just want to say a joke. It's all I gotta say, a quick joke." I think, yeah, I say that. Oh no, she's building up to troll hard, you know.
But yeah, but like again, I have nothing but respect for Brenda because Brenda never did that to me when I was a flat earther. Brenda, I've known Brenda from the day one of me being a flat earther. So I've always known Brenda. She used to get in big arguments with people I know, and they may have gotten disrespectful to each other. But I never ever had a problem with Brenda personal, like being personal or disrespectful to each other. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as it ever stay like that, I don't care. But like I said, she's been around a long time, and her frustration level is I completely understand. I just know when she's around, I just need to figure out in the first 5 minutes which Brenda I got here.
you know who's really angry with me today, Shanji?
Who's that?
That's angry? Bob.
Yeah,
Bob, the science guy.
Bob's
angry,
another.
man. He mad.
But see, I like Bob though, because Bob he'll come back. He still comes to the panels.
Yeah,
he'll still
I know,
go on,
anyway.
but he knows
Boy Science said in the chat on GG's today, he was never going to be in the chat with me and someone else that was on the panel today because we bought in. I think he might have.
I'm pretty sure it was Pete.
Right? It was Boy Marble, I think.
What's he mad at, Jose?
Anyway,
no, it was Pete.
Bob is mad because I didn't boot Chris Berry when Chris Berry was going off at the end. She said, "You gotta boot Chris Berry." I said, "Dude, let it go. You know, I'm loving this." You know, Bob was angry.
I would just like to ask SE.
I'll think about that one, George.
You mind it? Yeah. SE, do you remember at the end of one of JG's panels, me and you hung out afterwards, and we kind of got on okay, and it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh no. Church.
I have no beef with you when you're sober.
Understand, Church. Understand
but when
something.
you're drunk, bro, you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, Church, you're good peoples. That's why you're still around. Trust me. Me and Jose have been around long enough that we've done our panels. Trust me, we've driven people off our shits. That ain't hard to do.
People being gone forever. Yeah.
Yep. There are people that we kick people. Dude, you're cool as shit.
What you want me to do is just attenuate my enthusiasm.
Because I like you, Church, I would say drink half as much. But that's because, dude, trust me, we're telling you this because we like you, because you are a friend of ours. Good. But that's all I got to say. Good. As long as you know.
I can attenuate my enthusiasm and still drink.
I
can.
Well, if you can't be drinking, mate, trust me, I nearly lost a liver.
I think the issue, Terz, listen to me, is self-awareness. Knowing when yourself is talking too much, trying to address all the points, trying to answer all the questions, trying to opinionate in every single point. I think it's just self-awareness. You're not too self-aware that you are, just kind of trying to comment on every single point about everybody. When look around you, there's another 10 people that say, you know what, I should step back because I know if I stay quiet, somebody will step in, and then that person will have the privilege to be heard. I think that's the whole thing. Talk and let talk. Is my motto.
And there's one other option to that, because this does happen as well, because there are people that I will mute, and you just got to understand it. Like for instance, Pete Shea, if he starts talking 9/11, I'll boot him from my I'll mute him. I don't care. He knows it, and then he'll get mad. But when it comes down to it, and I go, "Hey Pete, you understand why I mute?" He goes, "Yeah, I get it." So that the other cases there, Tersh, is this: you can tone enthusiasm down, or just be understanding if you get muted.
No.
You know what I mean? But yeah. But that's.
I don't think MD's ever muted me unless they're.
No. That's the thing. Again, you're among friends, and which is why I talk about it. If I didn't want to talk about it, it'd be under my tongue, and you would be shunned without knowing it. But
I'm used to panels where everybody was on video, and when people wanted to talk next, they put their hand up to the camera, and then the moderator, the guy who was running the channel, would say like so and so speaks next. I'm not used to this sort of like free, open, people just click and speak, and it's a different thing for me.
Well, we also. What's up, farmers?
I was saying, you should get used to it. If you scroll up in the chat here earlier on, you'll see an hour ago, I got so fed up with you that I put fucked if I'm listening to Tess interrupting all night, and I just left.
Well, yeah, well, I'm very sorry about that, mate.
No,
I will change my ways, mate. I will change my ways.
I mean, it's like Jose said. It's a matter of being self-aware enough to realise that you're in. As soon as somebody else starts talking, you're in. And can I just say? It's like just dial it back a bit and give everybody else a chance as well. That's all it needs. Because if you're not used to it, I'm sure it can come as a bit of a shock.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
that's a big thing too. Again, Jose is now doing it big style. It's different animal than a lot of other streams, because I know what the streams you're talking about, and you'll get 5 people on a panel. Well, when you get fucking 15 to 20 people on a panel, man, it does get chaotic. And trust me, yeah. Just put it this way: if I just sat back, if Jose just sat back and did not interject at all, you could only imagine how bad the fucking interactions would be.
Visit some of my older stream. I did it many times, and it was fucking classics.
I remember when you first started, it was like, Jose, you just gotta, you have to learn who could be on your panel. He's like, I'm seeing that. Yep. He's like, yep, you're right. Because that was the biggest thing that I ran into. It was like, all right, if I'm gonna have, I've always had open panels, but it was very much so flat Earth when I was a flat earther. It wasn't until I became a Glover again where it became that mixture. And when you do that, it's just like, all right, well, you can have people on here, but there's people you can't have them talk to. I can't have Pete Shea and Terps ever talk. Those two, you will never hear them have a conversation here. Why? Because they bump heads just because.
Can I comment really quick on the end of my show when Chris Berry was in? And I know I got a lot of feedback. I think it was 50-50. People say like, oh man, like Chris Berry is just disrespecting people and you allow it. And I was like, let it go. Let him have it. Let him settle it down and try to stay back, guys. Let him. It's like Hannah say like, so you say you love when you had Chris Berry at the end of your show, disrespecting people. Well, I type in the chat and I say, I loved it. It wasn't personal. I didn't love that it was somebody disrespecting another person. I loved it just for the entertainment value. People was getting entertained. What entertains me, I mean, it's my channel. I say this entertains me, and I will take the odds. I know other people is going to get entertained by it. I'm going to have a small amount of people that is not going to love it, it's going to hate it, but they're going to listen to it because people cannot step out of a shit show like that, so I choose to do what to let out what entertains me. I'll deal with it. I'll take the odds. Half of the people is going to like it, half is not. Go. I mean, it's kind of my channel, so that's the way I do it.
See,
I'll take the chances.
I would have let it go too in that situation, and here's why: B-Ball asked for it. B-Ball knows Chris,
exactly,
and because
he knew what was coming to
exactly.
him.
And I've done this before, and I think you've I know for a fact you've at least timed him out or took his wrench for doing it. When Chris comes out of nowhere talking shit about B-Ball in that situation, I'll kick him from wherever he's at. I'll mute him. I'll time him out. He doesn't get to do that. But B-Ball said, "Hey, you said this about me in this situation." B-Ball asked for that conversation to happen. We know Chris. We knew Chris was going to be disrespectful. At that same point, even though we should all be doing it for no fucking reason, at least we got the opportunity to thank B-Ball again. So, you know what I mean? I mean, just for what he does and everything. Because if you really think about it, that man puts out a lot of observations, footage with his drones and things he finds in general or things he wants to try. Not to mention, he'll explain things at the military, things we have questions about. Shows us, that motherfucker got into a full gas suit yesterday, and those things are fucking a pain in the ass and hot as fuck. But he did it just so we could see it. I mean, you got to think, and then you want to say that. Well, then you got to think about all the shit he's got to do with his family. We're pretty much like a support group to him. He don't have time for that fucking drama shit, but he can handle himself. And that's the reality of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has thick skin and he knows it. He said, you know what? I'm gonna go at it. I'm gonna call out Chris Berry. I know what he knew. He's grown up enough. He said Chris Berry is gonna try to insult me, say I was throwing a scam or BS. So he knew what was coming at him. He's all right, you know.
Yeah.
He took it well.
Trust me, I've told Jose, there are some times where I'm just like, dude, shut that shit down. But that's his fucking stream. I'm sure there are times when he's like, this is stupid. Why are you doing this, Sean? And he's like, but again, I started my stream because I wanted to do it my way. Jose started his stream because he wanted to do it his way, and so on and so on and so on. And the realization is I have to adapt to Jose's panel. Jose has to adapt to my panel, and so on and everyone else that joins these panels. And it's just something you have to do out of respect. And that's just reality of it is.
We all know when we come to these different panels, or we should do by now, because most of us have been doing it long enough to know that, you do your panel your way, Jose does his panel his way. And we obviously don't get the same people here that we do on Jose's and vice versa. But we all know how they act, what they're going to do, what they're going to say, and how you should act accordingly. If you're totally new to it, fair enough, it takes a little while to sort of, pick
absolutely.
up on the nuances. But once you do,
yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna tell you right now, and I always use this example because I like picking on Davros, but but seriously, this is why I have so much respect for Davros, because Davros can be the most disrespectful person to a flat earther.
Yes,
but he comes here and he gives. I mean, he is Davros. He's not gonna. He's not gonna be innocent, but he tones it down to where it needs to be here. He goes over to the fucking shills and he just lets loose, right? But it's a perfect example of someone who has to be that self-aware you're talking about. You guys were talking about earlier of where you're at and how you have to be. And it goes for me. I mean, trust me, I can become a bigger dick somewhere else than I will be here. Why? Because I'm trying to carry the conversation rather than crush a conversation. But it's at the same time, it's like you always gotta be aware of where you are. Because trust me, I know a few channels where see you can get the fucking drunkest and talk the most shit is the best thing in the world. And every one of their viewers wants more and more and more of it.
Last night, John Watson, it was hilarious, bro. With John Watson last night on my show.
Exactly.
He was hilarious.
Yeah.
You see, for me, earlier on, it just allowed Chris Berry to show himself for exactly who he is.
Exactly.
Give them enough rope and they'll hang themselves.
Yeah, and it was the same, just to a lesser extent, when he came on and acted like a little bitch just because Q made a funny video about him.
Skip it low, Bob the Science Guy's in the chat.
What's up, Bob?
Mad at me. He mad.
Yeah, Davros, he said he's heard me in gyms. Yeah. Put it this way. If you heard me talking to Chemo, you guys would be like, you're not the same person. No, I'm not. I'm telling you guys right now, I am the polar opposite when it comes to talking to Chemo Spurs.
I've heard you talking to Chemo and you're absolutely spot on.
Because
you are a completely different Sean G.
I've dealt with Chemo for 4 years, and 3 years of it, or for 2 years, I was a flat earther and argued with him on every moment. I wanted to debate him like there no other as a flat earther. And then when I left the flat earth, he got even worse. I'm sorry, I cannot. The second I hear him talking, I unzip my nice respect skin. And I turn.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
He does that to people, though, doesn't he? He has that effect on just about everybody.
Yeah, and there's been a few people that I've gotten DMs that were like, what did he do to you? I'm like, oh, you don't know, my bad. Yeah, me and Chemo have insane history. Like, that's that thing where I just completely cut him off. Yeah, because he got to that point. Oh my God, guys, oh my God, there's someone. Hang on, I'm a little starstruck. Hang on.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Schrodinger's cat is in the chat right now.
Yeah. I love it. Superstar.
Cliff. he's a superstar now. So you see him in any of your chats, boom, you're like, you gotta acknowledge. Absolutely, Church. What's up?
Yeah, but we've known him
You've got
since.
to say something to Schrodinger's cat, right? You've got to tase more of those fucking citizens, man. You know what I mean? Your videos are okay, but more tasers, man.
Yeah, needs more tasing. Yeah. Although that last one had tasing in it.
Yeah. We're in Discord. It's in the link in the description in the bunker, Cliff.
You're a traitor. Schrodinger's cat, you're a traitor. You betray us for clicks and views.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna call him out right now, Jose. Don't worry. Because I watched a couple of your tasing videos, and damn, yeah, watching people get tased is funny as shit. Here's a problem though, bro. A couple of your tasers, your tasees, wasn't sovereign. They weren't sovereign citizens. They weren't even talking sovereign style, and they were just getting tased. I'm just saying, man.
Who cares? They're getting tased.
I know, and that's why I still liked it. I even liked the video. It's just the problem is he was like, now watch these fucking solvent idiots, and it was like, I saw that on Cops once. That dude is not solvent. He didn't even say anything. He just got tased, bro. Like, what's up?
You've got to show them in the car talking shit and then getting pulled out and tased.
I'm sorry. If I don't even care if they are or not, to tell you the truth. I was just fucking with you, Cliff. But if you just said they're sovereign citizens who talked to the cops from their car, and you just cut that out and just showed the part like that. There you go, like this. If you just showed little skirts like this, I would be in your debt. It's just 3 seconds of just tase, bow, next. Tase, bow, next. I don't need no explanation. Trust me, we already know they're going to start talking bullshit.
Face plant as well. I mean, he just goes completely solid, doesn't he? Just what? Oh, yes.
Yeah, Cliff.
Like a dolphin. He goes down like a dolphin.
Cliff, I'm telling you right now.
And the cop's just like, all right, I got this.
If you listen to me, Cliff, you're gonna hire me as your manager on YouTube after this one. If you make tase clips like this, fuck sovereign citizens, fuck flat earthers, fuck just stupid people, just like that, your shit is gonna double from where it's at right now.
Hold on. Hey guys, did you see this GIF that I posted? Look at the beard, the guy.
Yeah.
He go in with the beer in the hand, face first. I think the beer just got into his mouth and pierced his brain out. Look at that.
Either that or he's talented at that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe he just lost the bottle.
I think he's now wearing.
That might not even be a tase video. I think he just was running with.
Oh no! I've seen it. I've seen that Cops episode. Actually, that guy got tased.
It's either it went into his mouth, or he is pretty awesome at keeping his beer. Because that would be pretty awesome if you could keep your beer, not spill a drop after getting tased. That's pretty good.
Or maybe just down into the dome or something. I don't know.
Do they do tasers on boats, Cliff? That's a good question. I just want to know.
You know what he did? He tripped over the ether bin.
The funny part is I bet if we all chipped in and sent Schrodinger's cat, the movie star, if we all chipped in and sent his wife a taser gun, we can get some good taser videos out of her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just send a little note. You remember those firecrackers? I got videos. I'll send it to her. I'll get her anger amped up.
Husbands who forgot to get milk on the way home getting tased by the wife. You know what I mean?
Well, all I know is, church.
Back all those firecrackers he kept letting off outside the window.
Right outside her window while she was napping or doing something.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, how many times did he actually say, "Look, I'm going to do it now live in the stream and filmed it"?
He did it on my stream twice. The firecracker part. I mean, I think he's done other shit though. He's always fucking with his wife.
Well, I do remember the firecracker. because it was like, oh, is he really going to do that? Oh, yes, he is.
Yep. That's when we learned that Cliff is just willing to do stupid shit.
We have like a couple of memes in Britain, like the husband coming home drunk late at night, and the wife standing behind the door with like a rolling pin or a frying pan. In America, it's like the wife waiting with a taser.
Hey, Sean, sorry to interrupt.
What's up?
I got to take off, bro. Nice talking to you.
Yes.
Jose, nice talking to you. Everybody, crashes, farmers, even you, my tourists. Take it easy, guys.
Have a good one. I see.
Later, Montreal.
Take it easy and remain uninfected.
Yes.
You know, I'm willing to let Schrodinger's cat get tased if he gets up to 5,000 subscribers.
I think that'd be a great idea. That's a great idea. I bet his wife would be on board if you said she could tase him.
Oh, look at that. That would be perfect, right?
I guess it'd just be up to Schrodinger's cat to man up.
Dude, how about this taser? This guy's been tased. Look, he don't even blink.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Stop
people.
right there. Yeah, he getting zapped, and he like, oh, what? Nothing.
Yeah, those are the crazy ones. Those are the ones you got to worry about.
Yeah, you don't even feel that shit.
It's when they tase them and beanbag them and they still keep coming. That's when you want to reach for something a bit more penetrating.
What was it?
That's the angel dust there.
I was watching a bounty hunter, one of those bounty hunter channel things, and the guy hit him with the taser. The guy ripped him out and was like unfazed by him. He goes to his truck and gets the rubber ball rifle.
Yep.
All you hear is pop, pop. The guy screams like a girl and then begs him to stop. Hands behind his back, the whole night. I was like, yeah, those are balls. That works. Fuck the tasers. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm serious. Those tasers, those have to be in the moment type things. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I used to play, like, back in the day. I used to like play. Me and my friends used to fuck around and tase each other. And you get to the point where, like, if you know it's coming, you know exactly what's gonna happen. You're just like, oh, tased. I can see how you can get a sense of who gives a fuck when you're getting tased. But getting shot with a rubber balls, though, I'm gonna tell you right now, that'll end your whole day. Yeah, that's not fun. Paintballs, that's hurt too.
Bad enough. You get too close.
Yep. Especially when you got an asshole friend who learned how to turn his shit up on YouTube. Farmers, that's happened a few times. Like, it'd be like you be in the bush, right, and you hear the crunch, and you're like, "Fuck!" And then he shoot, and he get me in my back, and you feel like it doesn't feel like paint wet. It feels like blood wet, and you're like, "Hey, motherfucker." You were across the canyon and I'm bleeding. Turn your shit down.
Well, that's one of the things that where I've been playing all these years. We're very hot on. We have a device called a chrono, and that measures basically measures the muzzle velocity. And I think we cap it 280 foot a second. And the marshals will quite often come out with a little handheld one, so that if if you do think, hang on a minute, that was coming in a damn sight faster than everybody else, you sort of say, just chrono his gun. He's got his fucking Allen key in his pocket and he's turned his hair up. You know? We all know how it's done. We all know the tricks. And when you've been on the receiving, you don't like to do it yourself because you know how much it bloody hurts.
Yep, exactly. I always thought the fact of the hit and the surprise of that hit, that's where I get it. I like that. I don't need you to feel it tomorrow.
I don't need there to still be a scar 2 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. Because then
I put a guy in. This is in Britain, in an underground station, I think it is, and he's won about when I try to stab people, and then he gets tased.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what happened? What is this?
Blankenstein. Some nutter with a knife by the looks of it. Christ.
People are crazy. Oh damn.
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, he's swinging. He's trying to cut somebody. That's for damn sure. He's not playing.
Cops turn up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I watched a couple Steven Seagal movies. I'd take him out.
Yeah, I watched that 28 Days Later the other day, and it made me feel good about the problems we're facing today, because at least people with coronavirus are
Oh damn.
my face off, you know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong. The movie Executive Decision. Do you remember that one, Sean?
Sounds familiar.
That's the one movie where Steven Seagal was in for like 10 minutes and he died in the first 10 minutes. Boom. Executive Decision.
Was that is one of his earlier films or the later ones where they dubbed over his voice?
No. It was like in the early 90s. It was I think it was Kurt Russell was the protagonist, He was like the main character, and there was a little scene on a plane in the beginning, and Steven Seagal was like the hero, and he saved everybody and he died, saving people. I go like, what the fuck? I thought it was a Steven Seagal movie when I rented it.
But it didn't get brought back to life or anything like that,
No, he just. It's like the opening credits of every Police Squad episode. They have a special guest star, and they die in the opening credits, and you never see them again.
Yeah. It's like the other guys with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, but the main superstars are The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. They were in the movie for like the first 10 minutes. And then they die, and they were the hot cops, they were everybody look up to them, the action heroes. So when The Rock and Samuel Jackson die, when they die in the beginning, then Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell try to be the heroes, taking over the place.
Oh, blimey, 96. Halle Berry. Who else we got? David Suchet.
Yeah, is that the? If I'm not mistaken,
Kurt
that's
Russell.
the title, Executive Decision.
Yeah, that's
Kurt
it.
Russell.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched that movie.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie, but so that's why he got a cameo. I'm like, whoa.
If you
It
want,
would have been in the late 90s. It's an awful long time ago.
Okay, if you want some really good disinformation from me right now, I would say if you want to learn to knife fight like no other, Under Siege 1. Watch that.
Oh yeah.
The cake part. Yeah, definitely. You watch that movie 3 times in a row, you will be an expert knife fighter, and also you'll want to order cake.
I think that's Dunning-Kruger. You will think you're a great knife fighter, but you probably won't be.
Dude,
Oh no, you will be.
Cigar, bro.
Yeah.
Hard to kill. It was hard.
No. But if you want to learn knife fighting, it has to be Under Siege.
Oh yeah. Under Siege. Yeah.
Oh, that was it, Erica Liliac.
I don't know. If I wanted to learn knife fighting, I would probably join the military or something.
No, just watch a movie. You're good.
You're good.
Yeah, just watch a movie. That's it. That's all you need.
I have a black belt in kung fu movies.
Yeah, damn right. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that little kid doing the nunchucks from Bruce Lee?
Yeah, I've watched Bruce Lee a million times. I'm probably
No. There's a young kid under 5 years of age who does the full routine from Bruce Lee with the nunchucks.
Yeah, I practiced nunchucks in the 70s, and it took me about 2 weeks before I stopped smacking myself in the back of the head with them.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Tusk in the side chat mentioning The Raid. Yeah, that's a hell of a film.
Yeah, he was asking me to see
that's
clip,
great.
but I'm not sure what he was saying. I just saw him say something about showing a clip, so I was asking him right now. I said, new TIS clip, please. I don't get what the hell that means. Please clarify. Oh, new Taze clip, please. Oh, I get it now. That's Cliff's department.
You're on YouTube. Go and search for it on bloody YouTube, you lazy slug.
Yeah, you're on YouTube now, man. Damn it.
You're on YouTube, for fuck's sake. Just open up the new YouTube tab and search for it, for fuck's sake.
There you go.
Hey.
I put the
Oh, you're
nunchuck
flat,
kit
it
into the
wasn't
live
good,
chat.
Oh, that
Oh,
kid
is
is
that
badass. Yeah, we're definitely. If you guys, I guess I guess. God damn it.
Hey, Sean, really
there it
quick.
goes. Yeah.
Sky Bright uploaded a video earlier. It's about steak and chips in air fryer. So it's kind of a cooking thing, right? So he's cooking steaks and potatoes and stuff. How the air fryer works is hilarious. So he tagged me. He said, Jose, watch this video. You are on it. And I was watching 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes in. I go like, what the hell? This is a cooking. And then in one moment he said, so in one at the last 10 seconds of the video, he said, so what you need to do with this meat is you wrap it in tin foil. When he say tin foil, he shows a screenshot of me, and then he keep moving. That's it. What an ass! It's funny.
Skyfly Bright overcooked his.
When he say tin foil, he presented a screenshot of my picture. What the hell? That's funny.
Yeah,
Skyfly. He did it.
That's a crime. That is overcooking steak.
Oh, here we go.
The next thing we need is steak. This is British rump steak, which I bought from the local store. It's 255 grams, which is about 9 ounces in old money.
Well, you gave me a shout out in the comment section.
I forgot to say I need to wash this and season it with some salt and pepper.
Oh dear me.
Now I have found that cooking mushroom.
What the hell? I didn't know Skyfly could be serious.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
See, we learn something new every day. I'm kind of upset, man. I want that modern day dude to fucking answer me. I'm pissed now. He was like, Crash like 10. He responded to me in 10 minutes.
Yeah, he does seem to like Travis. Mind you, James is a flat earther, isn't he?
No, definitely not.
Mm-mm. He's a I'm here to make money type guy.
Ah, right. Okay.
Chunji, go to 4 minutes and 40 seconds on that video, Skyfly Bright, and hit play. 4 minutes, 40 seconds.
In fairness, so a lot of the super chats he does get, depending on the streams, do go to different charities.
4:10, you said?
4 minutes, 40 seconds. 4:40.
He was on screen for about half a second.
So wrap them in tin foil and when they're cooking.
Yeah, that's it.
Sean, if you want to see some Sean, if you want some proper cooking, because I know you do stocking and stuff.
Funny.
Those guys are brilliant.
Oh, thank you. I saw elk in the title and my mouth started watering. Elk is so beautiful.
Those guys bring meat from all over the world, like Wagyu from Japan and Australia and Argentina and everything.
I'm intrigued by the meat, but I'm watching Davros's tase one. That's a good tasing. When they're sitting in the corner knowing it's going to happen, and they're just trying to get ready for it, and they get tased, and everything changes. Just like, okay, I'm done. That's where I get the joy in it. That's so funny.
Is that Australian or UK? Oh, it's UK.
That's UK.
You can tell by the wallpaper.
Nice tapestry.
Awful wallpaper.
Uh-huh. Not to mention, only one cop is required to use a taser, while all the others have a real gun on them. All those guys have tasers. Are they attached to strings?
What?
Their tasers are attached.
Yeah, it's so that when they're running, if they fall off, they still stay attached to their uniforms.
It's called a lanyard.
That is so cute. That's it's like they're playing laser tag.
You know, officers in the First World War used to have their pistols on a lanyard around their necks. And then they found out that if they got into hand-to-hand combat, your opponent could throttle you with it.
Oh, shit.
Because it was around your neck. And then they sort of said, we might want to attach it somewhere else. But yes, it used to be on the lanyard around their necks. So they could just let go and it would sort of dangle there and they wouldn't lose it. But yeah, when you're fighting somebody, you realise they've got a stout bit of cord around their necks, and if you pull on it, you'll choke them.
There were some people in the RUC who used to have their PPWs on lanyards as well, as well as inside the sleeve as well.
I'm sorry, that guy just did not look like someone that would have to worry about hitting me with that bat. I'd be like, dude, just put the bat down. Come on.
What, that very last one that Tersus posted?
No, I was talking about the taser one before.
Right.
I'm worried.
He's got a samurai sword by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared to play it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
And of course, he's giving it the old "come on, then, come on, then." So of course, they're just gonna fucking shoot him, aren't they?
What the hell are you sharing, Jose? What is that?
No, that one didn't work. Yeah, that one.
I was like, Jose just posting pictures of people.
Random. Oh, when he goes down like a sack of shit. Outstanding.
Have you actually seen a rubber bullet that they use in the UK?
Not in the UK, but I've seen the ones in America.
They used to be very, very popular with the ladies in Northern Ireland.
Yes, they are an inch and a half in diameter.
Oh, Benwad balls.
And they're about 3 inches long cylinders.
Wow. I don't think it's a rubber bullet at that point. It's like a dildo.
Yeah, no, these things.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'll just save image.
I can't freaking believe you said that. That was awful.
I had to. I couldn't help it.
Let's just put this into perspective. Here is a photo.
No, they were popular with the ladies in Northern Ireland. That was horrible.
But it's true. Look.
Wait, Jose, is that lady getting tased or just hit?
Look from the back, not from behind. Look at
okay.
With the yellow gun.
Yeah, okay. I was confused. I was like, what is Jose showing me? That kind of scared me at first.
Yeah, they covered right in the left behind this guy in the black with the yellow gun.
She was like, she got possessed. It was like, bam. I don't know, man. There's something wrong with people. Why is people getting tased so damn funny? I don't know what it is. It is.
Yeah, but it is funny, isn't it?
Well, if you want a real good laugh, there's a pastor called Stephen something or other, and this guy is a religious fanatic to the extent that he thinks that it is that a man cannot rape his wife. And there's a video of him getting tased, and that is so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, the one I've just posted is the one I talked about a couple of days ago. The guy with the samurai sword, they shot him with beanbags and everything, and he wouldn't go down.
That's what they just throw everything at him, don't they?
I'll tell you why it's so funny, because it's always preceded by, "Am I being detained?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I just posted. I think that's the most fucking crazy one ever. You know, he's just standing there shooting him, and he gets hit. You can see him get hit, and then he just shakes it off and stands up. You know?
Drugs are bad, don't you? Well, not those drugs, anyway.
I'm back,
Did
guys.
we just get quiet, or did I lose the feed?
No, I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm back. I was
You've had
muted.
that guy there all day. They're hosing them, they're fucking gassing them, they're shooting them with fucking shit. You know, it's like,
I think in this one I just posted is what you see where the impact, it's like a training type of thing. Look when the taser hits the guy in the skin, like boop, and he just, tenses the body. Oh, did it work? Or it's just a picture?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, no.
Look at that. When he hits, that's when you see the power of that shit. And he's a big guy, man.
Now,
Shit, he go
tasers will
down.
put anybody down.
Yeah. Almost everybody.
Well, come on. How do our bodies work? How do our nerves work? How do our muscles work? It's all electricity.
And figure out what happens when you put 50,000 volts through all that crap.
Correct. It's
actually,
it's going to knock you, isn't it? It's going to do it. It doesn't matter how big you are. All of a sudden, your body's going no, no.
yeah, but actually, how
Watch your muscles.
body passes electricity through its nerve endings. It's a lot to do with the amount of salt you have in your body. Sodium passes through the nerve endings, the nerves. There's a sheath around your nerves, and you've got a sodium content within the nerve, and it goes through a barrier outside the nerve and causes a electrical, what do you call it? A differentiation, and it comes back through into the nerve, and it's like without sodium, you couldn't pass messages down your nerves using electricity. It's like a sodium alkaline kind of thing. It's not alkaline, but it's a sodium balance between inside the nerve and outside the nerve that causes the
damn mosquitoes killing me, motherfuckers. Shit, sorry, I got my mic open. Motherfuckers all over me, bro. Shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I went on and on there, but I'm just trying to explain to you how your nerves work.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up, fellas. We're
Cool.
in the 4-hour range, and you know how I feel. I hate that I do it, and I do it every time. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one short. Is anyone else going live later? You going live later, Jose? Or are you gonna?
There's a 50% chance that I do.
Okay.
I'm going to probably go live about 7 o'clock.
What time? You're 2 hours from me, I think, right?
That's Coast. 7 Eastern. Yeah, it's
Okay,
7
yeah.
Eastern, and I'm probably going to go live in about 2 hours, and I'm just going to have a let's chat about coronavirus and COVID-19, and this is a chance to just have a chat with a doctor about it to try and allay some of your fears.
Awesome.
I think I'm not gonna go because I think if Bob's gonna go and MC Toon, if I'm not mistaken, he does the Tuesday nights. So yeah, I'll just set up for tomorrow and find a nice little thumbnail, create my background and shit. So I'll listen what I work on that tonight. I'll go again tomorrow.
Well, I think I'm probably going to do the same thing with Creaky tomorrow night about, I think it's 8 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock Eastern time.
Well, I'll definitely be there tonight. I got questions. Questions. Was it just gonna say? Who was just saying?
You're all gonna die.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, we are.
We're all going to die.
Like, because I was gonna say, I was gonna go live.
I didn't say when.
No,
you did not. I was gonna say I would.
Life alive.
I would go live. Worst case scenario, no one else is. But like I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow if that's the case. Because it's not.
If one of you guys want to do it, want to do it and run the thing, I'll come on. If not, I'll do it. I'm gonna hardwire in and see if I can do a live broadcast.
I'm avoiding the virus talk like a virus. Avoiding it. I don't want to do it on my channel whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, does MD have like a good movie? A plague movie or something? I want to watch something that makes me feel better. That at least people aren't chewing my face off. So I want something like that to watch while I'm in my bed, and it makes me feel good that Corona people are not chewing my face off.
Night of the Living Dead.
28 days.
Yeah.
30 days of darkness. 30 days of night.
Like 28 days,
Just binge The Walking Dead all the way back.
I watched all them when I was a kid, man. Come on.
Brains.
I guess it's going to be War Z then. You know what I mean?
If you can find it, the Peter Jackson classic, Brain Dead.
I think what I'll do, Dr. Bob, is I'm gonna listen in, and then if I have questions, then I'll like pick your brain, and then tomorrow I'll try to get you on to pick your brain more. Because I don't
Dead
even know where to
Alive.
start on it. But
Just
yeah.
watch Dead Alive, and I'm out of here. Thank you, Chum, for this.
Resident Evil.
Yep. Thank you, Jose, for yours as well and your input on here. Appreciate it. Everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and
thank you.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and get the F out of here because I'm hungry. I actually just got a hunger headache, ironically. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Got like a 15-second rant, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself here, and I will see you guys later, or talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks again. All right, guys. I am muted over there. I'm going to turn them off just in case. All right. Yeah, today was a fun one. I'm very happy with the situation of getting an opportunity to talk to Travis. It's again, I know it gets old, and I know sometimes it gets slow and monotonous, but trust me, there is a reason for every question I asked of Travis today. And it is an anticipation to go into the modern day debate live stream and doing that big debate over there. Realistically, I just want more people to see me destroy the Ether ban again. But other than that, it also shows, you can have a decent conversation with somebody regardless of whether or not you guys agree on something. Because again, that shit gets old, the disrespecting part. So I don't prefer to stay away from that. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here. I will see most of you guys around. Otherwise, I'm gonna be live tomorrow around the same time, maybe. Actually, we haven't had rain, so we'll definitely see on that. But if I do go live, it will be around the same time. And if I'm not live then I probably won't be. We'll see. With that being said, get the hell out of here. Peace.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a